Tonight is our second episode of Scales of Fate, and we just want to start it off with a bit of an introduction to our sponsors. So, thank you, D20 Tavern, for being one of our sponsors.
Woo!
Love going to D20 Tavern. They've got so many board games up there.
Heck yeah.
We've got a lot of board games, and they've got so many like we've never played. But yeah, super fun. Great place to grab a beer and hang out with friends. Jessica, do you have something?
Yes, big thank you to a big supporter of ours, S.L. Dooley. She's a sci-fi fantasy fiction author that has Portal Slayer series that is in the works right now. The first book is out and available on Amazon, and the second book will be available to everybody else on the 25th. Is the official launch, and you'll be able to find that on Amazon as well. So look up Portal Slayer on Amazon for a fun new book series to try out. Thank you, S.L. Dooley, for all of your support.
And Lane, representing
Hoppensting Brewing Company, the official beer of Scales of Fate.
Yeah.
We're a brewery here in North Texas, and glad to be a part of the stream.
Mm-hmm. Oh, man, I love that aluminum cowboy, though. Alrighty. Without much further ado, we have a few more shout outs and thank yous to a lot of people who we've asked for permission of or have been making in honor of in our episode description below. So now that that's out there, I'd like to talk to you guys about the introduction, or rather, the breakdown of what has happened since last episode.
Recap time.
The five of you, all in Drakehaven during the Festival of Aquaverse. The festivals denoting spring times in the upper sides of the mountains where the river channels are gorged with water and everyone seems to be finding a little bit more work and more coin. The five of you meeting there, having a few conversations, playing a few games, gotten a little bit of trouble, or nearly did, as Roscoe, Thauner, and Zerus happened to stumble upon or barge in.
Stumble into.
A strange rock golem of sorts. With a little bit more intrigue within the tavern, an interaction with Theo and Thauner, Aelgot being the simple and jovial character that he is. You guys realize that Roscoe had whisked away said stone golem and decided, because it needed or wanted to go to the Izzet, to at least in some manner investigate why that was. Furthermore, upon heading in that direction, actually, not to put aside the brief conversation between Theo, Captain of the Justice of the Peace, and JJ himself, but right before heading too far north towards the Izzet, stopping by the Steep in the Cups tea shop, Thauner had found out that his so-called father had been arrested under charges of the death of Wygraf Silkrest, the patriarch of the Silkrest family in Drakehaven. And none other than Thea, another member of the Silkrest family, had asked for Thauner's help in investigating the matter. Moving forward, Jack, Roscoe, and Stack were put aside up onto the Golem Stone Bazaar and quietly we were drinking and being quiet.
Mainly drinking.
For a while, enjoying the fireworks, seeing the boat-like parade cascading down the river, cutting through the city. In the meantime, Salvo, Thauner, and Zerus all went to the Izzet, where a strange tabaxi named Theon greeted them at the door. Didn't seem too much partial in any direction or other, and simply allowed Salvo to investigate matters of the missing, quote unquote, missing.
He allowed nothing. He did not do anything.
he
He didn't see anything.
He
Took a
didn't see
long
anything, and I
bathroom
didn't
break.
do anything.
He was reading a good book, though.
Absolutely.
Upon inspecting Greenmaster Malachai's offices, found that he had been doing some research on dwarven minerals from deep and ancient recesses. Something to do with an orb, though he's not want to fully describe anything on paper. It was in a little bit of a disarray on his desk, and upon leaving, you found that he didn't necessarily estimate how long he would be gone from his instruments. Upon leaving, you had a brief conversation with Theon there again about Stack and whether or not Grand Maester Malachi would be back, and he simply mentioned that Councilwoman Amara Silvawan was to be told that if Grand Maester did not come back. And upon leaving, none other than Amara Silverwind herself walked up to the three of you.
She has warm hands.
And sketchy notes.
Don't open this. But open this.
Don't open this, but open this. Basically, that's how D&D goes. So, upon opening this note, Zerus has found that the Order of Protective Mages within the city, the Abjurai, has summoned him more or less to appear before the Abjurai, signed specifically by the Abjurai Prime. And in the meantime, Roscoe, Stack, and Jack got to know each other just a little bit better watching the fireworks.
Stack and Jack.
Yeah, no, I like
Best
that.
buds.
Start a PS2 game.
Nice.
Love it.
About that time, she had also mentioned that she would like to speak with Jack, and now seemingly a lot of threads are starting to converge in this inquiry of hers, and wants to speak with a lot of you. And upon you guys reuniting at the Golemstone Bazaar, discussing a few things that you share in common, a few minor explosions, simple at first, off in the distance, and then a blood-curdling scream had occurred. Echoing sounds of screams and more sounds of deep thudding explosions and fires, and more people screaming continues to echo as you now race forward hurriedly in the direction of these sounds. Real quick, just so I can get a feel for how this is happening, Roscoe, you still had been drinking a bit, so can you roll a Constitution save just for the
vomit that I
Consumption.
yes. How much did I vomit
I didn't
myself
want to
sober?
say it out loud.
I'll say it out
Brain
loud.
just-
Did I vomit myself sober? That is a 18.
An 18? Okay. You're doing fine. You're actually just buzzed. Like, really, you were fine. It probably was something bad that you ate.
Cleared it up. The sausages,
sausages.
probably.
The sausages are high quality.
But as you guys...
The one you ate off the street.
I forgot that happened.
It at one point was.
Got that street meat, man.
Street sausage
Yeah.
shop.
As you guys are bolting it down the side of the city, you're essentially descending it in tight curves where large buildings are slowly getting steeper and steeper down the mountainside. And as you cross over a few lanes, you see like a few very quick people just still booking it through the streets, and like they pass you, like barely even look you in the eyes as they continue running. And as you guys continue heading in that direction, you start to smell like acrid smoke in the back of your nose, and the screams get a little bit louder, but they're starting to be a bit more sparse than originally. And as you round the corner, coming through at the end of a large bend of where the river has a bridge to the right of it, you look over to the left, and there's this small plaza, and it looks like somehow the boat with silver and gold and white like threads had been exploded and tossed over the side of the canal and rolled into the street side. And just as you guys are coming up, you see like a few dead bodies just strewn about on the ground. And you see these people wearing, it seems like black masks, but the black seems far too matte to be just regular cloth. And they have a strange backward spiral symbol on their face that's multicolored. Two of them are staring off at you guys and look at each other and start bolting around one of the buildings right across the street from the boat.
I chase.
Yeah.
We do that.
Okay. So you, Roscoe just keeps booking after it. What else are you guys doing?
I'm running to the flipped over boat to just see if there's any survivors.
Okay.
And the wreckage.
What's the size of this boat that flipped over? Is this like a massive ship?
You both run over, and it essentially just looks like at max capacity, like a 30-person boat. The bottom of it seems to have been exploded, but how it actually got out of the water, you're uncertain of. And inside of it, there's a couple of people wearing like some simple clothes, like a little bit of sweat on their brow, like they look like they've been operating the vehicle and got caught in the blast.
Okay. Yeah, I would like to go over there as well and kind of just investigate what happened.
Okay. With your passive investigation of 17, they just died in whatever impact tossed the boat over out of the river onto the street.
So it did look like an impact, though.
From underneath, yes.
I would like to go to the river.
Okay. Roscoe, you continue running and you book it around the corner. And as you kind of take a couple of turns, you see them flitting about like right around on corners, but you're very fast. As you continue booking, give me an athletics check.
21.
Okay. You know, I forgot my dice.
Do you want some dice?
Wow. Thank you.
And I'm
critical
following
tool.
Roscoe, by the way.
What's that?
I'm following Roscoe.
Okay.
This is mysterious people or boat things.
Yeah, we're going after mysterious.
Mysterious people too, as well.
Team Mysterious People.
And what did you say you got for the athletic?
21.
21. Okay, you actually, as you continue bolting around corners, you start launching off of walls, perfectly cutting them, bouncing on some and then sliding on others as you continue booking it forward. You actually get within like the curvature of all these buildings is starting to intertwine farther up into the flatter sides of the mountain city. And as you get like within 15 yards of a sharp turn, as you turn, like you see one standing right in front of you. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
If it has to do something with fear, I have advantage against that.
It's not fear.
Okay. 15?
15 passes.
All right.
Just a second. Where is it? Okay, you take 4 points of necrotic damage.
Ooh.
As its hand just like sticks out, and outside of its glove, like this black energy just kind of swallows up parts of your chest on your collarbone and just melts away under your skin.
Ooh.
Okay.
Roll initiative.
Ooh.
Actually, everybody roll initiative right now. We're kind of spread out though.
8.
I also got 8.
8. What are your two dexterities?
5.
5.
A 6.
Plus dex is a +6.
Yes.
What?
You're just straight dex.
Oh.
At the top. It's probably.
Oh, my bad. I thought you went my modifier.
No, you're good.
Oh, 18.
So a
Plus 4.
Okay, got it. Got it.
I went off my save.
Does that make sense?
What's that?
I said that makes sense.
Plus 6 is my dex save.
Got
Not
it.
my modifier.
Okay.
17 for me.
17 for Zerus, Salvo,
14.
and Thunder.
21.
21 for Thalner. Thalner's on it. Okay.
Which, I mean, he did kind of just see what happened. Because
That's-
I was following Roscoe, and I was like, whoa!
You're not wrong. You did.
You saw that.
Yeah, and you booked after them. Okay. Okay. Don't you guys just love initiative?
Yeah.
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 Maybe I should do a
Yeah,
music
there's-
change.
Just like rolling dice.
There's a music change.
Does this mean we're going to get to use our minis? So excited.
Yours is right there.
Yeah, it's already out there. So.
Oh, put it on top of the castle.
Okay, so first up in combat is Thalner. You are roughly, I would say, with twists and turns, about 35 feet away from where Roscoe is. Roscoe is very fast. We've just now slowed down all this running and chasing into a bullet time. What do you do from here?
Assuming he's kind of slowed down from this point, I'm going to try and close most of that distance. My movement speed's 30 feet, so I can get within reach.
You can get within visual range of Roscoe at this rate.
I'd hope 5 feet, but not within, I can't.
Not touching range.
Okay, so I'm going to run up as close as I can to Roscoe. Roscoe, this is time to fight. Just don't think, do, but let's see if we can get one of them to incapacitate.
Hell yeah.
And I'm going to give him Bardic Inspiration.
Nice.
And then how far are the assailants from me?
About 10 feet. The one that just essentially put a necrotic hand on Roscoe's shoulder.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna look at the one that touched Roscoe and cast Charm Person.
Okay.
Let's give it a shot. It's a Wisdom saving throw.
Okay. What's your spell save DC for that?
Oh, and does so with advantage if your companions are fighting it.
It doesn't need advantage because it rolled a natural 20.
Lame.
I am so sorry.
No worries.
Level 1, woo!
Yeah.
Eh.
Level 1.
I tried. I went.
I'm sorry.
It's like, what are you doing?
Hey, can't we just get along?
Yeah. You try. You kind of send out that psychic, charming energy spell, that whisper, but you sense no feedback or response from it.
Just spiral.
Yeah.
And that's
After Thalner, it's going to be Zerus.
All right. So first question is from where I'm at, I guess somewhere between boat out of the water and the water. How far away is this action, and is this happening on a bridge? Did I understand that correctly?
So the bridge had been around the place where the boat had come out of the water. It's almost as if it had happened right before the bridge and then crashed over to the other side.
Okay, so what I was doing is making sure that there's not more whatever traps or whatever in the river, and if there are, trying to make the parade essentially stop.
Give me an investigation check.
Okay. Ooh. 13.
You don't.
I'm sorry, 12.
You don't readily see any more traps in the river. In fact, what you do notice is a little bit farther off in the distance, as the river continues to ribbon down the mountain, you see the other boats. It's as if this had to have been an isolated event.
Okay. And then how far away is the action that is currently going on?
From you right now, it's probably a good 120 feet.
Okay.
And, it would take a little bit of investigation checks or nature checks to figure out exactly where they ran off to. You just know the general direction right now.
I do know the general direction, but I can't see.
You can't see quite yet, but you know the general direction.
Okay. Because what I want to do has a range of 120 feet. So.
No, they're woven in between a lot of buildings.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Going down into a flat part of the mountainside.
Then I will go over to JJ to assist in, I guess, helping anyone who may have been injured.
Okay. With your passive investigation, like everybody in that boat had been dead, and everybody on the street had also been dead.
Okay. Well, I'll make my way to the general direction that I know that they are.
Just say like you're saying like maybe you're dashing or something.
Yes.
Okay. Actually, right after Zerus is Salvo, and Salvo, I didn't actually get where you were during that time.
I kind of saw the two different things going on, and I decided to go with strange person because that seemed more interesting.
Okay.
I'm not particularly strong. I'm not really a medical person. I'm not going to be able to pull someone out of the water.
Yeah.
But strange people.
Okay. So heading in that direction, you just now slide into the alleyway where you see Thauner had just the tail end of Thauner giving Roscoe Bardic Inspiration and then trying a Charm Person spell and then like kind of slamming on his lute a little bit in frustration because it failed. I'm sorry. But you're up in combat now.
Okay. And how far away am I from this guy?
You're probably about 50 feet, and you would have to be able to. You wouldn't be unless you dash. You wouldn't be able to get in a visual range of him.
Okay, unless I dash, I'm not. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then, if I can't see them, then I guess I'm going to dash.
Okay. So dashing, just passing through this tight alleyway, and then kind of jumping over this landfill-like hurdle. You get over to Thauner, and you kind of look over, and Roscoe, like part of his shoulder is like slightly melted a little bit.
I am going to use a bonus action to do a magic stone.
Okay. So as you turn around the corner, just produce like this.
I have three. I reach into my pouch, pull out 3 rocks, pull out my tinker tools. Now I have 3 magic stones.
Nice. Awesome. Okay. At that, it's the one that had actually hit you first. So he sees the two of you rush up behind him, and then just kind of looks back at Roscoe and starts punching. Not in a dissimilar way that you do. Oh no. Does a 10 hit your AC?
No!
Does a 12 hit your AC?
Hell no.
Dang. Okay.
It's 2 of those.
So as you kind of like feel like this necrotic burn down your shoulder, like you kind of back up and weave 2 very solid swings from his fist. And okay. Also just realized that I wasn't keeping up with the thing. Okay. So after him, he's actually going to move out of range of you, provoking attack of opportunity. He's going to try to run away.
It's pretty good. That's going to be a 22.
Does that hit his AC?
22, that is his AC. You hit.
Oh, gosh.
All right, so let's see. I use my quarterstaff for that one. So that's a 9 damage.
9 damage?
Oh, wait. My bad. I'm going to... That was only if I single-handed it. Still a 9.
Okay. As he's kind of running away, you dodge and weave, and he turns on his heel and starts to sprint. You just unfurl your staff and just slam down at the very end of it, smacking him right in the back of the head. And he just stumbles and like trips and falls a little bit and is knocked prone and like kind of stands up, looking at you. And then as you do that, you see another one that was kind of waiting around the alleyway, like kind of steps out into the alleyway, and then a teeny tiny point of flame like appears in his hand. He launches it.
Oh.
Does a 14 hit your AC?
Thankfully, no, because I carry a lot of flammable liquids.
This streak of fire just jettisons out through the alleyway, and after the staff smack, you just kind of twist your body's momentum with the ground landing, and land on the stick your feet onto the wall and drop back down. After that one, which seems to move now closer to the one that was running away, it is JJ. You had just seen Zerus book it in the same direction that you guys all were.
And do I also assume that everyone here is dead?
Yes, with your medical expertise, yes.
Okay, cool. Damn it.
On my way running too, I definitely was like, "It's no use, JJ."
Okay. I guess I will. Do all the boats have like a flare on them and stuff?
Do the boats have a flare on it?
Yeah, or anything of that type of nature.
Give me it'll take your action, but give me an investigation check. I need to pick some different music.
That's a 6.
A 6?
Yeah.
Oof. The bottom of the hull cut was pretty torn up, you could tell. Everything was a mess.
Okay.
It's all on fire.
Alright. Then I will just drop whatever I was looking for, rubbing chin, and then start booking it towards where they went.
Okay. You don't quite exactly catch up with Zerus, but as you yourself slide into another alleyway, you see Zerus kind of turning another corner.
Okay.
I took the long way, not knowing my way around.
Okay.
It's actually 90 feet.
Roscoe,
20 feet.
you're up. So the one that was throwing the punches is about 30 feet away from you now, and the mage is starting to run over to that one.
I've got a 25-foot movement speed, so can't quite get there.
Do you have Step of the Wind at level 1?
Fortunately, I do not.
Oh no.
So I'm going to throw a dart.
Sweet. Roll to hit that dart damage.
Have a dart.
I'd have a dart.
It's a 16.
Yeah, that's which one were you trying to hit?
The closest one.
Okay, got it. So yeah, that dart just kind of sinks into the upper side of the rib cage.
I move 10 feet forward and I throw a dart due to my range.
Gotcha. Okay. So yeah, you run up, like produce a dart and like chuck it after dodging that bolt of fire, and it sticks into this creature's like would-be rib cage, and they just kind of like grab it a little bit as the mage catches up with them, and it turns around. How much damage?
8.
8 damage?
Max damage with my dart.
Wow.
It's a thick dart.
Okay.
It's the only ones I carry.
And as it turns around, like as the mage kind of catches up to him, like you see that it stumbles and like a lot of blood pops out from where that dagger had hit, and like just starts looking slack hanging on this person. So after you, I'd assume. Do you have anything else with your turn?
No, that's good. I'll just
Okay.
stay there and wait.
Gotcha. We got Thalner up.
All
You're
right.
at the end of that alleyway.
How far am I from the two individuals?
From here, about 45 feet.
45?
Yeah.
All right. The one that is supporting the more injured one, I'm gonna do another mean mug. Like, let's see you defend this one. Dissonant whispers.
Okay.
So this warbling energy kind of passes through from my head right directly at the one that's trying to help his buddy along.
Nice. What's your spell save DC again?
14.
So it fails with a 4. So it has to run away from you as fast as it can immediately using its reaction.
Yes.
But before that, you get to do your 3d6 damage.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Chunky.
Spicy.
Not so spicy.
Not so spicy. That's 6.
So,
A 1, a 2, and a 3.
you can see that this one just kind of like starts shaking its head and like loosening its grip on the one that was holding on to it and bleeding out a little bit.
What it hears in its head
Uh-huh.
is the screeching of a dragon's roar.
Oh man, that's terrifying. One day you guys will hear that.
Or, yeah, I guess what
Spoilers.
I think it sounds like.
Okay, but yeah, this creature then kind of drops the other one and bolts back down where it came from, using the rest of its movement speed to run around a corner, and is now out of sight.
I'm going to shout to Salvo and Roscoe. Leave that one. Get the one that's on the ground.
Okay. So after
I mean, get, not get.
Stomp him.
Thank you for
Straight to the
clarifying.
ground.
You can see how that would be confusing.
So, get the one running.
I mean, sure.
I slide a silver forward.
Fall back.
Okay, so after Thalner, then it will be Zerus.
Okay, so
Salvo up next.
I run forward with my normal movement speed. Am I able to see the commotion yet?
With normal movement speed, you can see Salvo and Thalner,
But no enemies.
but no enemies yet. No. As you yourself weave in and out of these
Okay.
roads.
Well, I'll continue to take my dash action then, so I can catch more up. I'm sure at some point during that I then can see the enemy, although my action will be taken, right?
Yes, because of the dash. Yes,
Okay.
correct. You would, if you dash, you would be able to get into visual range of them.
Okay. So I do that. I dash up there, and as I kind of notice what's going on and see the chaos, I prepare for my next move.
Okay, just like holding.
No, that was my action.
Gotcha,
Was the
gotcha.
dash.
Gotcha. Okay. So yeah, as you run up, you see this strange person with a, like I said, like some very dark shaped mask on that has just like this strange, brightly colorful spiral on it, and they kind of like look up as Thalner is whispering some words into the air, and it just shrieks and then runs away, and then you see the other one just drop to the ground holding its side. After that is Salvo.
All right. Listening to Thalner's advice, I don't get the one on the ground, but I do try to get the one running away with my
Okay.
magic stone with non-lethal force damage.
Okay. I will say since like this creature had been running away during the same round, like then yes, go ahead. Because you were already in range with, what's the range on that? It's like ridiculous.
60.
60?
Thrown.
Thrown? Wait, it's 60?
Yep.
How much? Never mind.
What?
I dashed up.
Gotcha, that's right. Okay. Yeah, I'd say you'd be able to throw a magic stone on this round.
Perfect. Well, then I try that.
Okay. Let's see it. Oh no.
It's a 9.
It's just
Nine
a
does
normal
miss.
stone.
Yep.
Normal stone.
The stone
Wrong
just like
stone.
bounces off one of the buildings and then turns to normal stone as it hits the ground. Which is not too different from when it hits the ground.
And fair enough. Then I use my movement to get to the other side of the one that's on the ground.
Okay, gotcha. So you're kind of flanking this one on the ground now?
Yes.
Gotcha. After Salvo is this one on the ground. It is not looking good, so it just kind of stops. It just goes like, wait. Don't kill me, please. But we're still in combat.
Wasted a lot of words on wait.
Wait. The other one seems to have now turned this corner as that happened and has gotten out of sight. It's now JJ's turn.
I just got to dash. I guess I got some catching up to do.
Yeah, if you dash, you now turn a bunch of corners, like miss it as you pass by it, then turn back around and see that the rest of the guys are kind of more or less around this other person that's on the ground.
Okay.
A lot of blood on the ground.
Alright.
And Roscoe, you're up.
Grapple. I run up and try and grapple this guy.
Okay. Give me an athletics check. As he
Is he prone?
yes.
Does that give
Oh,
me
yeah.
an advantage?
Ooh.
Okay.
That's worse. That's an 11.
So he rolled very bad. So the first one was a 4, and then the next one was a 5, like just on the dice. So even with this additive, he fails this grapple.
Nice.
You just kind of get on him, and he just doesn't resist, but puts all of his energy into not messing with the dart that's in his rib. Like he's letting you grapple him, just like get this, no ground, no contact, like moving around. And you guys are, for the moment, out of combat. For the moment, what like before we fully go out of combat, is anyone going to continue chasing?
I want to, but I'm grappling. So no.
I got one of them. I'm happy with that.
I feel like I'm too far away to feasibly have known.
Yeah, we just got here.
Yeah.
You would have seen him across the corner, and you would have just barely missed it.
I would if I can, if you'll let me.
Yeah, long story short, did he cross the corner before he exited our vision?
You saw him. You were a little bit behind him. Zerus, you were a little bit ahead of JJ in the circumstance, so you had just barely saw him go around the corner.
Okay.
Jack, you just barely missed it. You guys continue chasing?
Mm-mm.
I wouldn't know what's going on right now, so I'd instinctively probably try to find out what's going on.
See, we're out of combat now?
As of the moment, this is still like, this is kind of a freeze frame.
Then I'll say,
minute.
another one went down that way, and I gesture where it was running.
Yeah.
If you feel like pursuing.
Also, I'll
Per se.
I'll run to that corner and I'll see if I can still spot him.
Okay.
And
Same as well. We'll go investigate.
Booking it over to the corner, you see that it kind of leads to the larger trade road kind of vein on the side of the mountain that leads to the warehouse district.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't see the person themselves.
Okay. Damn.
And
Let's-
meanwhile, on the ground, this guy's just like, okay, I'm not resisting. Just leave me alone.
Well, I'm not going to leave you alone.
You got
but
me. I got a knife in my belly because of you. I'm not really, I mean, it's not my belly, it's in my ribs.
Man, you melted my shoulder.
Sorry about that.
You're sorry.
Look, dude,
I started pouring some liquor on it.
and it, like, some of it kind of, like, because you're grappling it, like, some of them kind of gets on him. He's just like, oh man, that smells awful. Oh, God. What are you doing? What are you doing?
I start, like, tying him up.
Okay. Give me a nature check.
Survival question?
Survival?
Yeah, survival works.
All right, that's a 7.
7?
Better. It's a 7.
You tie him up, and it's not great, but you also know that it's in a position where if he would want to untie himself, it would hurt the dart stuck into his rib very badly.
But I know it's not great.
You know it's not great.
All right, guys, I got him, but it's not great.
Just kind of looped the rope around him a few times.
Look, I didn't even want to be here today. So, Just don't kill me.
Man, I won't kill you if you tell me what's going on. Like, I need some info now, or you're getting it.
I got a lot of info. I just got a lot of it yesterday, like last night.
All right,
but-
spill it.
Okay, looking for work. It's, basically someone said that there was some work protecting the warehouse, got into it, and essentially, long story short, I got involved with the wrong crowd, man. And I don't
You're
even...
wearing a mask that makes your
know.
face look like nothing,
It's
but
not...
spirals. And you're just like, oh, I just got drawn into this. It's not a crazy murder cult.
Look, I do believe that it is kind of that way, but the problem is like, I wasn't going to tell this pretty murder cult, like, no, now that I know your operations and stuff, I'm going to back out. That's kind of terrifying.
All right, well, what's up with the exploded ship?
Come on, give me some more incentive, man. I'm still in...
I go and I reach for the dart in his side. You want some more incentive?
Okay, all right, okay.
JJ and I probably circle back roughly around here.
Yeah, you guys are all on scene now. Some guy named Belmy Warzov has been organizing a combination expedition / safe house situation up at the warehouse. Other than that, I don't really know.
All right, you keep talking about this warehouse. Like, where is it? Like, exactly.
Warehouse.
As he like kind of searches his memory, he's like, "I'll tell you, man, this mask is just hot. Can you take it off?"
Yeah, I actually do want to see his face, so I removed the mask.
You take it off,
And I want to keep the mask too.
You can keep the mask too.
Yeah.
You take it off and like kind of put it in your fold of your robe real quick, and you look at him and it looks like a humanoid shape, but it's a smoothish and geometric, like scale-like pattern on its face, with nose slits that protrude almost as far as a standard humanoid nose goes. Bright, flash yellow eyeballs with slitted pupils, no eyebrows, and just a very smooth, bald head. A pale yellowish green skin, and he looks at you and he's like, "Thanks. That really sucked. Alright, look. Here's the thing. I want out of this. What I got into, I want out. I don't want to have anything to do with this. I'll tell you whatever you want. But first of all, we're not far from that warehouse, and there's a lot of them. And I don't want to be here anymore. And if they find out that I've been talking to you guys and telling them things that's going on, like you got to get me out. You know what I mean?
Do I see any, I don't know, derelict building, closed shop nearby? Like any kind of alcove, alley, nook?
Nearby here, give me a highs or lows check.
Highs?
Did Stack follow us into the alley?
He's just now.
Oh yeah, I kind of forgot about Stack.
I have won the quiet game.
You did Stack. That was
Yeah, you
great.
did. Good job, Stack.
Why is this person on the ground?
Man, because he melted my shoulder.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Melting shoulders, people go on the ground.
Yeah.
Okay.
Took him down. But that's for us. Like, you just hang tight.
Okay. And the guy on the ground just goes, y'all have somewhere quiet we can go to? With that low check, you kind of look around. This is kind of a rundown side of the city. There's like actual broken down buildings that don't serve a lot of cover, as they are much older and in the impoverished side of this mountain.
So yeah, I want to try and, quietly break into one and pull him in there and do our interrogation inside.
Okay. Give me an investigation check. What are you guys doing as Roscoe goes off to look for this?
Did we catch a name for this person?
You haven't asked.
Okay, I would definitely say, well, hold on, Roscoe, maybe we shouldn't be so rough. It sounds like you felt you had no choice, is that right, Sir, what's your name?
Cathis.
Cathis.
Good cop, bad
Do I
cop,
believe
nice.
that this is his name?
Give me an insight check.
He hesitated. I believe him. It's a 10.
Was it what?
10.
Yeah. Undoubtedly, he hesitated because he's in a strange situation with you guys.
All right. Captive.
Sorry, what was the question? In your name?
My name is of less importance right now. I was just trying to find out, why you did this.
Like I said, I had no choice, and I'd be willing to talk with you about it. But seriously, we should go. We should get far away from here.
Sure, that sounds fair. What happened to your shoulder?
He's not over here. He's looking for a good place to...
I just left him loosely tied.
Well, you guys are surrounding him.
Just trying to... Does it provoke an opportunity attack when he leaves? I'm just kidding.
I mean, we were talking about having a conversation in private anyways.
No, he's not coming anywhere near my house. No, y'all can talk right here. There's no one here.
Can I investigate a rundown building nearby
guys
without people in it?
could just let me go, and
From really far away, you hear, "Hell no!"
Or we could just call the cops and have them deal with you.
There was actually a pretty good spot inside of a destroyed ship that looked pretty empty of
It's like
I guess they
listeners.
probably...
120 feet in 4 streets, man.
I don't think
Isn't-
going back to the same ship from the river that was in question and why you guys kind of chased me down and
I mean, it seems like you blew up a ship.
it wasn't
And you're
me.
playing victim right now.
It wasn't me. I'm not. I admit I have fault in this. Can we go? And this time, Roscoe, you found an adequate spot, and this is about the time that you get back.
Oh yeah, we're going, man, but you're not gonna like it. And I start dragging him.
Wait, no, wait, hold on.
I
Where are we
don't-
going?
I
Where are we
don't
going?
stop.
Wait, no, somebody, stop this.
Do you want us to go or not?
No, yes, I want to go.
Okay, shut up!
He just doesn't know what to do and kind of stops for a second.
Listen to the kobold.
I'm gonna cast Mage Hand over his mouth.
You do that, and you guys drag him over into kind of looks like it used to be some small haberdashery. There was small round-looking rocks with torn and worn-out hats on it. And as you walk in, it's very dusty. A bunch of soot and ground-up powdery rock is being tossed into the air. And he's just like, "All right, you said I need to be quiet. If you're gonna let me go, and where the fuck? We're just
Hey
in
man,
this-
hey, we never said nothing about letting you go yet.
Yes, we were going to be quiet and drink. What the hell is that?
That's the problem if you don't cooperate.
I have no idea what that means, but seriously, we're. He just kind of stops for a second, his nostrils flaring a little bit, and he's like, "All right, I get it. You're doing a scare tactic. I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you right now, this is nothing compared to some of the stuff I saw in that warehouse. And if you let me go, and/or we leave right now, I'll be in a much better shape to tell you about it."
We're in a nice, safe, quiet spot where no one can hear you. We're gonna stay here.
Well, so you think? You don't know. They patrol this whole area. There's a lot of them.
It's time for you to stop asking questions and start answering them.
I wasn't asking any questions. I'm just letting you know, because you could die too, man. That's what I'm saying.
I don't care.
Okay, well then, ask your questions so we can leave.
Why did you blow up a ship and murder a bunch of people?
I didn't specifically.
You were
want
part
to.
of them. I don't want to hear that excuse anymore.
Okay, money. There, you happy? Money.
Go on, explain. What kind of money?
Lots.
From where?
Lots
How-
of money.
Look. He doesn't seem like he's being too specific. We should just end this and cut all the evidence. Let's just...
You're right. We don't need this guy. We can just go to the warehouse and figure it out ourselves.
Better yet, let's just keep him tied up and leave him by the boat.
Cathis,
Let those who come to investigate the
it
scene
was
of the
nice
crime.
knowing you.
What are you talking about? This guy's knowing me.
You're being too vague. You're not giving us information. Honestly, we shouldn't even need to ask questions. You know what we want to know. Last chance.
What do you mean I know what you want to know? I told you I've got a lot of stuff to say, but if you guys stick around for much longer and you guys hear some strange warbling sounds coming from an ambient source, not close, but it feels like it's resonating through walls.
Well, I'm bluffing. I'm trying to intimidate him.
Give me the intimidation check. And
Can I help with that?
yeah, Roscoe, make your own as well.
It's probably better than mine. Oh,
Uh-oh.
7?
I got a 6, so it is better than mine.
Those together are pretty good.
Yeah, so between my muscles and his pure mass,
I'm just pouring liquor on his open wounds.
Okay.
both of which are not our strong
I'll tell
points.
you the most important fact that I absolutely positively know. If you just take these off of me and we get far away from here.
Tell us first.
Please, trust me that this is bad.
You can trust us. We'll let you go, provided you don't do anything bad to us or tell anyone about this, and tell us what we need to know right now.
First thing I want to do is be safe and get away from here.
Us too.
And you hear like another one of those like resonant things happening. This time a little bit closer through the vibrations in the walls.
You know, if they're really getting close, they're not going to like to find out you've been talking to us. So you better talk quick for your own sake.
Give me one more intimidation check.
17.
He just like kind of starts breathing in and out really fast, and like that sound just like gets a little bit bassious, a little bit more loud, a little bit more loud, and he's like, okay. Some fucking weird cult is working with the local criminals and doing some strange shit in the warehouse. That's all I know.
What's the name?
Bellamy Orzov was the guy that I heard the other guys talking about. I told you that already.
Your cult.
I don't know what the cult's name is.
Where's the warehouse?
They made me put on this mask and never spoke a word to me.
Where's the warehouse?
There's more of us like that too. There's more of us that don't know who these guys are.
Where's the warehouse?
It's it's like number 11 or number 12 or something on the main warehouse avenue. But it I'm telling you guys, we gotta go right now.
They just told you to blow up some random boat? Did they give you a specific target?
They
I'm
told us
untying
that this
him.
was the job. Yes, specific boat.
Okay, how were you told to identify this boat?
By the white and gold ribbons on it.
Do you know who it belonged to?
I mean, I guess the councilwoman Amara.
I'm actively looking for a back door to this place right now.
Okay, you kind of look out and you see that it continues descending a little bit through like this rough and tumble rundown area, and you see what appears to be 2 dogs and a person walking with a lamp coming up towards your general direction. And then you hear a little bit of that vibration tone again.
Okay, we should probably get out of here.
All right, let's take him away.
No, wait, don't take me anywhere. Don't take me anywhere.
I
tell
untied
me-
him.
Oh, thank you for that. Thank you for that. Look, how about we all scatter, because that's a really good idea right now, and I'll meet you guys later, like somewhere later. I'll be there, just tell me where.
Can I insight check that? Just as
Sure.
I would like to as well.
You can all insight check that.
I believe him.
13.
13,
17.
17,
15.
15,
I'll meet y'all later.
18.
18. Yeah, he seems legit. Like he has told you guys essentially that he wants to be out and a part of this, and he seems like scared and in shock, and also like he recognizes what that sound is.
Meet us tomorrow at Heaven's Garden at noon.
You mean like the ritzy like?
Yep.
Oh, all right, fine, cool. What time? Noon. All right. Peace. I gotta go. And he like literally starts walking out the door.
We can trust him.
We should probably also go.
Yeah, I want to go out like the back, not the way we came in.
Yeah, let's try.
Let's
to find
make haste to your place, Jack.
and maybe go a long way to get there, just in case.
Yes.
The normal way for me.
So you guys are. You're
Does-
what? You're wanting to like.
Does this guy
start-
have like special robes or something to go with his mask?
the Cathis guy?
Yeah.
No, it looked like he was just wearing blacked out commoner's clothes.
Okay.
It did not look like he was really like too much of any like rank and file within whatever this could have been.
Not a uniform, just wore black and had the mask.
Yeah, really the only thing that was strange for you is the necrotic. Like that was just a strange aspect of this person.
Do I recognize the type of humanoid thing he is? Like, is that
Was he human or something else?
like
Give me a,
one-off, or-
give me a history check.
19?
You know this as a UMT pureblood. It is a snake-like humanoid. And this one seemed particularly young. Like, not like child age. He was probably like a very young adult.
All right. Yeah, just make sure no one's following us. Get back to a safe spot. Maybe I'll hang back and make sure no one's following us.
Okay. And you guys are all going to Jack's house?
That was the plan.
Okay. I want to make sure I got that right. All right. So it takes you guys a little bit of time. Nighttime is settling. It was eerily quiet for a while after the events of the boat parade that unfolded. Every once in a while, you would see people scattered around, like eyeing you guys suspiciously through doorways before closing them. And eventually, you do get back to Jack's little condo.
Because during that trip, especially with having read that letter, I'm kind of keeping a little bit more vigilant on it. Do I notice any... I know you just described some people were looking at us, but do I notice anyone who's... specifically, or feel like there's any spies, so to speak, after being told that I was being watched?
Give me an investigation check.
Okay. I like that one.
What is it?
21.
21. Give me an Arcana check, please.
I can do that. Check. I could do it better.
Yeah.
10.
You don't see anyone necessarily watching you outside of the means of just some local inhabitant and their suspicions.
Got it.
However, you do still get the sense that you're being watched.
All right, now, unknowns of what he's doing, I am hanging back and being the watching for a tail.
Okay.
Make sure no one's following us. I don't know if that is
Okay.
related to this at all.
Give me a perception check. Let's say since like you're very specifically positioning yourself to get in a way that you could see followers, then you may do so at advantage.
Oh, thank goodness. Well, that was a 1. So reroll. All right, so perception, that's a 17.
17.
Advantage. So we'll go with 17.
Okay. Yeah, you don't see anyone specifically following you guys at any given point. Pretty quiet, and most people seem to be wanting to stay inside at this time.
All right, cool.
Catching back up with the others, you see Jack kind of walking up to the doorway through the small fence of this building. And you go up to the door and you unlock it and open it up, and lights are off. As you get inside, you kind of hit the switch and everything.
Yep.
And you guys are inside of Jack's clinic.
This is Jack's place, Stack.
This is Jack's place.
Yes, we don't have to be as quiet here.
Oh, I like it.
Thanks.
Hey, speaking of clinic, shoulders a little melted. Like, you got anything for that?
Yeah, let me take a look at it.
As you look at it, you can tell that this is some deeply necromantic energy. Like part of the skin was rotted away, and some of the bone was as well.
Does it smell?
It smells a little bit.
Oh,
Pretty bad.
Yeah.
smells like death, if you will.
Is it doesn't
I'm is it?
is it going to require magical healing for part of it?
No. Give me a medicine check.
It's a 9.
9. You don't believe it would require magical healing. It just looks like some standard cantrip-like abilities almost.
Okay, cool. It's gonna take a while to heal. It's a little more than I can do, but as just sit tight real quick, and then I go and grab some supplies from my wall.
All right, I'll try and fix it from the inside.
Yeah, you do that.
Do you mind if I take a look at it?
Oh, just my shoulder. Yeah, man, go for it.
I whip out my... Which tools do I want to use for this?
Tools.
Yes, I will need tools for this. I would like to
Which one
move...
of her tools will she use?
I pull out my smith's tools.
Okay.
Large tongs, small mallet. And I say, please close your eyes for a moment.
I'm gonna watch.
Okay. You see me take my tongs to his shoulder, and I take the hammer and I just lightly bonk it. And through the hammer, I cast Cure Wounds. Bonk, 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 bonk,
Some-
bonk, 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 bonk.
Radiant energy kind of flows through Salvo's hand, through the hammer, and then the tongs, and then finally to your skin, and just kind of like heals up. How much damage did it heal?
Let's see, it is pretty healthy, so let's see, it's heals you for 7.
Yeah, I feel great.
And Jack, as you're kind of coming back with your supplies.
See Salvo just ding, ding, ding.
Well, that's convenient.
Tongs.
Just put these here.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Saves me the trouble.
That is a lot of instruments.
Yeah, you got some tonic and some tweezers and gauze, but here, you want a hand of the tweezers?
Yeah, we're not as strong
Just
as you,
clicks it.
Stack. We're like all squishy.
Here, these are tweezers.
So they are, man. Here, this is drink.
We're not being quiet though.
No.
So do we drink?
Yeah, we still that they're separate.
Okay.
In moderation, of course.
It just falls off of his face a little bit. Here you are. Wow, your
Cheers.
wound cured up.
Yeah.
That was impressive.
It's a good mallet.
I like this mallet.
Quite talented.
Yeah, put away my smith's tools.
So, we have a lot to talk about. Salvo, I really would like to know what you found in Grandmaster's office.
Ah, yes. It's just us here?
Yeah?
Roscoe had said that we need to be quiet for 8 to 10 hours. Do I need to do this now?
No, Stack, it's okay. Don't be excessively loud, but you can have a normal volume here.
Stack, how good is your hearing?
Very good.
Do you mind if I ask Stack to step in the other room while we discuss what I found?
I could choose to not hear things.
I think Stack's on our side.
If anything, we should have him listen for outside the door.
I think...
Stack, why don't you come check this out? I want to show you something.
Okay.
And I take Stack into the other room.
Okay.
Kind of picking up something.
Yep.
These are books. You pick them up and you read the words on the pages. Can you read?
You kind of hand it over to him, and the green lights blink a little bit, and then blink a little bit more, and then it kind of flips it, and then just blinks a lot, like, yes.
Perfect. I give him a book on world domination. No, I'm just kidding. I give him a cookbook that Jack has. Go on ahead and look through this book, and I'll be back in a second. You can let me know what you think.
Okay.
And then I come back into the room.
He opens it up, kind of just stands there with it.
He's reading a cookbook. I think the coast is clear.
Can he cook?
Maybe after he reads it.
Oh, man.
So, in the notes, I saw notes about specific stones, chemicals, and lines to composite minerals typically found under dark mountains, extremely rare, mined by dwarves, including a note about an orb. It was vague, but just said orb. Beyond that, I don't know what else.
Were these the notes?
These were the notes on Malachi's desk, the Grand Mason from the Izzet League.
And were they written by Malachi?
They were almost certainly written by him. They were in his notes. They were written in his style. They were in his desk. I presume they were written by him.
Reasonably so.
Yeah.
So that's likely to assume that that's where he is.
So, I believe that Stack belongs to Malachi.
I would be inclined to believe.
And Stack went with Malachi.
Entirely possible.
We know he woke up in a dark tunnel and was brought to where he is. My theory right now is that this group that is attacking Amara, who is in league and working with Malachi, went after him on his excursion and came back with Stack thinking they could get information from him, which is what they were trying to do when we found him. But his memory had been wiped, either intentionally or unintentionally, I don't know. But he doesn't know what happened. They're trying to find out either what Malachi has found, what he's looking for, what he intends to do with it, something. Because they're trying to use it against Councilwoman Amara.
And his default is return to Izzet.
Return home where it is safe.
Charging port.
Interesting.
Like a Roomba.
I wonder if there's like some sort of subconscious memories in Stack. Maybe, I mean, they were trying to just ask him outright, but...
Exactly. I think we might, especially having been kind and nurturing to him, there may be some kind of reset that we can figure out what was going on.
Salvo, is this something that you might
I
be able
could
to accomplish?
use my insignia and really stress to him that I am Izzet. Maybe that might
That
trigger
he has
something.
returned
Yes,
to the Izzet
I am
and can
Izzet.
now
You are
speak.
returned, yeah. We could try that.
It's worth a shot.
That's not a bad idea. So, I made a chart. The other side of the issue is the forces working against. Isn't it nice?
That is a nice chart.
Nice chart.
I don't know why this is the line, so it's squiggly. But we know now that Orzhov is working with some cultist group utilizing criminals to perform, from what I know, Orzhov is trying to perform a coup against Councilwoman Amara.
That seems to be most evidence point.
That is a confirmed fact. And is in league with some cultist group to do that. But what I don't know is why, what the intentions are behind that. Now, Roscoe,
Yeah?
you had mentioned looking into work in the warehouse district. Do you remember anything about that?
No, I mean, I went around there. I mean, I had a tab, but I've only been in town for like a couple days. I'm willing to go in and see some more.
Where did you come from, Roscoe?
I've been bumming around a bit, but, you know, just trying to get my land legs back. Looking for work, trying to keep myself going.
Land legs. You were out at sea?
For a while, yeah. Yeah, it's where I honed my skills. It's where I've spent the last, you know, bit of my time, half my life, actually.
Halfling. So, what brought you to Drakehaven?
Well, I mean, the illicit seafaring life is great for a time, but it doesn't have longevity. Sometimes it just comes to an end.
So, you were looking to settle down?
No. Oh, no. No. No.
Okay, I should have known
No.
that. Well,
Never.
I think we might need to add something else on that chart. Now, did I tell anyone other than Jack about that letter?
You haven't told anyone yet, I don't think.
I didn't even tell Jack?
You read it on top of the golem.
Okay, and I didn't tell anyone?
I mean, if you would have said that, then yeah.
If anyone, I would have only told Jack.
Well, we're coming back to Jack's to have like a private space to talk.
Gotcha.
That
So I was
was-
just paranoid, and that's probably all.
Yeah, you were like, let's go. Let's go.
What was in your letter?
I think I might be a liability to these objectives.
You and me both, man.
Are they looking for you?
Ooh.
The
I don't-
Abjurai. They're looking for me.
Oh, shit.
The Abjurai?
Yes. I don't know how, but they know things about me. It's like as if they've been watching me. I don't really understand how. Do the Abjurai have any way of seeing inside here, Jack?
Would I know this?
You both may give me a history check. Downer, you could as well.
I can't, because I don't know who the hell you're talking about, man.
Is it
15.
history?
I've been out of the know for a while, so I mean, that could be some sort of new development they have or something like that. But
What did you guys all roll on that?
Well,
it's a 1 total.
15.
1, 12, 15?
The dirty one.
I've been out of it for a while, man. 12, something about that like seems right. Like maybe the divination fold of the Magus Order. But with a 15, you would definitely know like divination mages in this city. Well, even with the 12, you would associate that with the Silkrest family because their family specifically deals in divination. And you would also know this as well. With the 15 further, you would know that they have the capacity to use spells that could potentially scry or other such uses.
So it's possible. But we don't know for sure.
what do they know about you?
I guess they know I have an affinity for magic, but I read about it in one of Jack's books here, and I just kind of tried it. It seems rudimentary, but apparently they have interest. They want to know how I got here.
Let me see that letter.
How did you get here?
Here you go, Jack.
You hand over the letter to Jack.
I don't know exactly. I woke up here.
That's one way to put it. Yeah, that sounds about right. He's not.
They're saying that they want to assess my magical capabilities. They know I'm staying here, and it seems to be threatening in nature if I don't come to the Grand Spire Citadel. So
Now, excuse my ignorance, but are these guys, like, no good? Or I'm not
I have
in magical circles, so I don't understand this Abjurai thing.
what I know from reading the Wizards Weekly.
You would know from reading about the Wizards Weekly exactly who the Abjurai are and what they do.
Do I know if they're essentially like good? I mean, they are good.
It's assumed because what they do is they create the perpetual paling spell that protects the city, that jettisons out of the Grand Spire Citadel.
So putting two and two together, what I'd actually probably wind up saying is, I imagine that since the Abjurai are a faction that is designed to keep Drakehaven safe, that my sudden appearance here, although not to my understanding, is abnormal.
Sounds like they and I have a lot in common. We know you got some powers, but none of us know if you're good or not.
Well, I mean, I'm
Don't worry, I don't know if I'm good or not, so like I don't care.
I don't remember. I seem to have lost some memories. A lot of memories.
Like how? You know you though.
Yes, I know I'm Zerus. I know some things, but
He doesn't remember diddly. Besides his own name. Yeah, he just showed up here one day. Like, and I mean literally just showed up. Like, not like at my door, showed up. And the wizards over there probably think he's a threat. Because no one really goes in or out of the paling without someone knowing. So, they don't know if he's a good guy, a bad
reasonably
guy.
so. But I mean, I imagine I can just talk to them. And
Yeah, I mean, hopefully we can.
I mean, I don't know them or Diddley.
Do you even know if you're good?
You can have inspiration. That's very good.
Well, I mean, what do you mean by good? I believe I'm good. Are
As
you
if you
good?
know your name. I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna screw you guys over.
The way you said that has me a little.
I mean, I might screw someone over, but it ain't you guys.
All I can say is that, you know, although I don't know all of you guys very well, I care about your safety.
Do I recognize this name of that leader? Abjurai at the bottom of this.
Yeah, Paula Sorrel.
Sorrel, yeah.
Excuse me. You recognize that to be Abjurai Prime, which is the leader of the Abjurai itself. It's plain as that.
Yeah.
I don't think that. Give me a history check to see if you've ever met her.
Making a
Jack.
transformers.
I did. Thank you.
What'd you roll?
3.
Roll a 3?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, no, you've never met Paula, but you know of her.
Okay. Name's familiar.
Well, I mean, I don't believe I have an option for what's best for all of us. I think that I need to go there probably first thing after sunrise.
Yeah, I mean, if they're gonna find you anyways,
Seems like they have the methods to do so.
I'm kind of thinking someone needs to go check out this warehouse. And
They also know I'm here, so they could show up here at any given moment.
You look outside, it's not super. There's like a single person.
I mean,
or
to
two
be honest,
walking.
probably master magicians aren't gonna walk in the door.
Did we lock the door behind us?
No, I'm always open.
Always open. 24 hour.
24.
Well, yeah, I mean, I look kind of, it's just kind of looking at my demeanor, it's just a little bit defeated. Like, I don't really understand why they are threatening me, but...
Hey, man, I take it as a compliment. If you weren't shit, they wouldn't even be talking to you. So really, like, congratulations for being on their radar. You must be pretty important.
I definitely brighten up at that.
Cheers, man. I hand you a drink. We share.
Oh.
I got more. I got 2 flasks, so I hand you one.
Because we're in the house, we don't have to be quiet when we drink.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Does
Prestidigitation a little bit.
Stack get loud?
Yo, where's all those fingers, man? This stuff's high quality.
You're
You're a little bitch, or
well, I like,
you don't remember, do you?
I don't know what you're implying with that.
That answers my question. All right, I'm hungry. Let's see if Stack's learned how to cook yet. I'll be right back.
You walk over to
Make
Stack
sure-
and kind of look over his shoulder, and you see that he had opened the book but didn't get past the first page. Just staring at it. Hi, I am reading.
Good job, man.
Stack.
Try the pictures. I thought they're pictures. They're definitely. Well,
He flips one, flips another, as you say, other pictures, and yes, I'm reading.
good job. I give him a pat on the back. I don't know if he feels it, but
Do I need a con save for that drink, by the way?
No, you guys, you're still kind of like riding out like a residual adrenaline from the chase earlier on.
That was delicious. Thank you.
Okay, well, as Stack kind of continues flipping through that book, he turns back around and kind of walks into the room, and he says to Zerus, he goes, "So, if reading is cooking, what do I do with this book?"
No, Stack, you're actually reading about cooking. See, that's the wonderful thing about reading is that you can learn so much.
Okay,
So, do you know how to read, I ask again?
yes.
Okay, and what does that page say? It's an omelet recipe. Does he know that?
It has a picture.
Do you know what the words say? What do the words say?
I don't know.
Okay, well, Stack can't read. That's okay. You just look at it for fun.
Okay,
Are you having fun?
yes.
Good. Stack. Do you know what this symbol is? That's my Is It insignia.
Yes, that is the symbol of the Is It League.
This is
it?
mine. I am a member of the Is It League. I am Is It.
Yes, we've established this.
You're at Is It.
We're here?
I am Is It. You're at Is It.
I thought Is It was farther north up the mountain.
that's just like the main one. There's little sub Is It camps. They got like secret Is It bases. And this is one of them.
Like when you go to a walking golem and you're quiet and drink, and then you go to a small shop with bright lights.
Yeah, and we're all sneaky. So like now we're at the secret Is It.
Oh, so it's. Give me. Salo, give me a persuasion check at advantage.
Wait.
The secret is it, huh?
Have advantage.
I look at the sign. I go outside and look at the sign of my
What does
shop.
inspiration do?
Advantage, so you roll twice.
Yeah, let's see, reroll.
Take that.
What you got?
That is a 18.
He kind of like stops and he looks around. This does not. I believe it is the Is It, but it does not feel like the Is It.
We got books for research. We have medical supplies for science and scientific research. I mean,
We have a Is It engineer.
Okay. I need to. And he kind of like his eyes like kind of power down a little bit and go dark, and he doesn't say anything. And after a few seconds where you're like about to nudge Stack, he like opens back up. Dum, dum, dum. I need to go to the other Is It. I like this Is It, but this is not the one I need to go to.
Why?
I have a designation.
Why?
I was given a designation.
by Grandmaster Malachi.
That seems familiar. Is he an Is It?
He is It?
Maybe.
No, maybe. He's
Can you insight the rock?
definitely.
You can incite a rock, yeah.
He's rock solid.
He is. 7. That is a
A
7.
seven.
Have double inspirations.
You can tell that he's actually a little bit more confused by it. The formatting of naming of people and Is It and function and destination is starting to kind of
Not
confuse
confused.
him a little bit.
Sure.
Yeah.
Does not compute.
Okay.
All right, so it sounds like some of us need to somehow get this dude to the main Is It, and some of us need to go figure out what's going on in this warehouse.
And some of us
And
need to
one
go
of
talk through the address.
That's a lot of somewhats.
I'd rather not talk to the cops. Thank you.
Speaking of which, though, I am hungry.
Jack
got a kitchen
makes
here, Jack?
Great food with cilantro.
Oh, have you tried his Slanus flaps?
No.
Jack Flaps?
Jack's flaps.
Got
Flapjacks?
Those were more of a breakfast item, but
Oh man, I have a lot of breakfast, so that works.
yeah, I can make something.
okay. So Jack starts preparing some food.
I'll be happy to help as well.
Zerus jumps in to help, and then Stack kind of walks over and holds up this book and says, "You need this for cooking."
I already read it, thank you.
And as we say that, we're going to take a quick little break right here. Get up, stretch our legs, take a breather. All you guys that are watching us at home, thank you for joining us so far. We'll be back in about 15 minutes. In the meantime, go check out the description of the video for some of like links to the music and links to our sponsors and stuff. And yeah, we'll see y'all soon. When we left off, you guys were talking and deliberating amongst yourselves inside of Jack's JJ's clinic. Yeah, what are you guys up to as you continue to go throughout the night, eating some food and,
Yeah, I think
and
we're-
conversing?
We can figure out our plans for tomorrow.
Yeah. We gotta block out our schedule. It's a busy day.
I definitely want to kind of practice my magical abilities by continuing to kind of prestidigitation the food for everyone and make it taste extra good.
Yeah.
Um,
You guys are surprised by how delicious the food tastes.
I miss a couple and it still tastes delicious. Good job, JJ. But I kind of immediately after eating, I let everyone know I'm going to get some rest. I would like to head out early, so maybe we can just reconvene at Heaven's Garden tomorrow.
All right, I mean, someone needs to go check out this warehouse, and I'm curious about it, and I don't have a pressing matter to really talk with this lady.
Did she say where we were meeting? I can't remember why. I just remember that we were.
You said she specifically she specifically wanted to talk to JJ.
And you.
And me?
Yeah, I think, or I wasn't there. But I saw I heard.
So I definitely reiterated that for sure. Would have. It was about a private matter, so we don't know what the subject matter is. I can meet with you in Heaven's Garden.
So what are the things that we want to discuss with Amara?
I think it was more things that she wanted to discuss with us.
Okay, but I've got questions. Do you have questions?
I have a lot of questions.
Yeah. So what are we going to discuss with Amara?
It'd be nice to maybe tell her about the plots against her life.
That's a good point. Figure out what happened with the attack on. I mean, that boat was
It was allegedly hers.
hers.
I did
was
also
she
tell
on it?
Cathis to meet with us there, so I
That's
figured
going to
that
be interesting.
Cathis could
Now I'm
Answer
more
to
interested in
mine.
going back.
I figured, two birds with one stone, as I hear they say.
Bring that rope again, just in case.
Always got it.
Speaking of which, I think I would like to be a little bit more undercover.
Disguises.
Do you have anything I can put on a robe, perhaps, Jack?
Yeah, I think I got something right around here. Let me go check. And I go upstairs.
I'd offer you my coat, but I don't know if it fits.
It does look
To the health clinic to wrap you up
The
like a
arms
burn
look-
victim.
like they're appropriate size, but
Be more
looks
like a
it'd be-
crop top.
JJ, you
Or
go
more
upstairs, opening up your room, walking in.
Trying to avoid attention.
What do you see in there?
It's just a singular bed with a footlocker, neatly made, and then there is a little nightstand with a small little potted plant on it. And yeah, there's not much going on to the room. It's a place I come and sleep and or just wait for people to come through the door. It's the bells jingle. I open up the foot locker and I reach kind of towards the bottom, and then I pull out this small little, like those boxes you get clothes in Christmas.
Yeah.
And then kind of dust it off and shake it off a little bit. And then I come downstairs. There was a guy that came through here, patched him up, and told him I didn't want any money, but he insisted that he give me at least something. It looks about your size. I don't know if you want to try it on.
Oh, yes. It's amazing. I'd try it on for size, perfectly fit. And yeah, this is beautiful.
Looks
Purple.
pretty dapper.
Yeah. It's my favorite color, which is my eyes. Purple.
Yeah, looks good on you. I wasn't gonna wear it, so at least someone gets use out of it.
Thank you.
Mention
Okay.
Don't you give him a silver now.
Dude, I don't think that's how tipping
No, man,
works.
we're friends. It's different between friends.
Oh. Friends, like, in different places, drinking or being quiet or not?
Yeah, like we just share. Like you didn't pay for my drinks because we're friends.
I see. Okay.
I love Stack.
I start sweeping up.
I'm
The
gonna
downstairs.
head to bed. Thank you
Oh.
again, Jack.
Speaking of, yeah, no problem.
It's closed.
I got a bunch of stuff lying around here that people leave me.
Do we all plan to go to Heaven's Gate?
Garden.
Garden?
Hopefully not. Hopefully not soon.
Did she specifically ask to meet with the whole crew?
I think I was there.
With
Yeah, she said the 4 of you. She does know about you yet, but it'll actually be 6.
If we take Stack. Do we take
7.
Stack and the creeper?
See, I don't know. I am curious to see this snake man again because he kind of melted me and I'm still a little pissed. But if we don't want Stack there, me and him can go hit the town.
You got bonked back to full
Definitely
health.
not.
Still upset about getting melted.
Fair. That's fair.
If anyone knows what to do with Stack, it'll be Mara.
She seems like we can trust her. She has very warm hands. Which means
I've gotten
it's
screwed by that exact same quality before, so be careful.
Yeah, but she dresses in white and gold.
One could
That
assume
means she's good.
the target of the crime lord's murder spree would be a person to align with, if you want to be on the good side of things.
Which, on that topic, who had Stack in their custody?
The cops.
The cops.
The what is that? The militia?
Wait,
the,
what if
the
Stack?
justice of the peace.
justice of the peace.
But you called them cops.
What if Stack's not a good guy?
Stack's a great guy.
What if
actually.
I'm not a good guy?
It's not really
Jury's
a
still
guy at
out
all.
on that.
Are you a good guy?
Gray area.
Well, then
How-
it's all gray area.
How
No,
close-
but my point being, what if the reason they had Stack was not because he might have information that helps the coup, but what if he was working for Orzhov, and that's why?
That's why I didn't want to take him to Izzet initially. I wanted to confirm his reliability. He does seem to be innocuous, but
He doesn't remember.
there is some qualifications to the fact that he remembers the tunnel, and most likely Malachi was in a tunnel type area finding these stones and chemicals. So loose connection, but better than nothing.
I'm gonna go talk to him a little bit more and see if I can figure out from where his memory starts, what was going on.
Sure.
I am right here.
Now I'm going to actually go to bed now. Good night.
I'm gonna go drink on the roof and keep a lookout.
I was gonna say, if no one else was gonna volunteer, I was gonna go outside. And,
No, I got this. I don't go to sleep well, especially this early.
How about y'all take shifts then?
Sounds good. I'll pass out in a few hours.
okay, I'll go second then.
Okay.
Would you like to talk to Stack with me?
Sure.
Ask away.
Are you guys both still here? Or you
I went to bed.
went to bed?
I'm sleeping.
Yeah. Putting away all the medical supplies you got out.
Does Stack like leave little pebbles and stuff around as he goes?
Actually, no, not really. The parts of rocks that he's formed out of seem to be holding themselves together their own kind of volition. Like the joints itself, where presumed limbs would be moving, aren't connected by anything. It's just rock kind of grinding against rock. If anything, there's just small mites of dust falling off of him.
Weeping sounds like a good idea.
Am I like if I'm standing, am I looking up at Stack or?
Stack himself's not very tall. He's like 3'8".
Oh.
So we're kind of.
Short Stack.
I have been not picturing Stack that big.
Yeah.
I thought it was Stack.
I thought he was as tall as me.
You can tell that he's very heavy, but he's not that big.
Okay, so he's
I'm
their
even,
height.
I feel even more connected to him.
Yeah, that actually makes
like
all of
the
that
same.
so much better.
Especially carrying him. It's adorable.
Was I gonna ask?
You said you were going to ask me something.
So, you said the last thing you remember was being in a tunnel.
Yes.
Yeah. Who were you with?
I was with the men with the strange armor, the black and white armor.
Yeah, the ones that had tied you up, that were very mean.
Yes,
They were mean.
they were.
Yeah.
I don't know
They
if
were
that
not
sounds right.
friends.
What were they asking you about?
Again, I think I had mentioned, but I say that they were asking about who my creator was, what my designation was, what my function was.
Is black and white armor ring any bells to me, or is that of?
That's the armor that the Justice of the Peace wears. Specifically, you know that the judicial branch of the city is divided into two. It's the Justice of the Peace, which is the townsmen and peacekeepers, and then the Drakehaven, which is the troops that leave the city on missions out in the wild.
Okay.
Military versus police.
Yes.
Continue. Sorry.
They didn't ask anything more specific about what you were doing or why you were there.
More specifically, they had asked if I had known anything about this Grandmaster Malachi, similarly to what Salvo had said.
And you said that name sounds familiar?
It does.
What about the name Orzov?
Ortsov. His kind of eyes blink a little bit. It does not ring any bells.
A little more evidence to the...
Mildly reassuring.
Yeah, slightly. I'm slightly more comfortable with him.
I'm very comfortable.
That's good.
Thank you, Stack. That's good to know.
He has been drinking all day.
That's what you call that. Wetting the rocks. On the rocks. Sorry.
Do you sleep, Stack?
I think that my function can temporarily disable itself.
Disable itself. Can it... Do you have a function that wipes your memory?
I do not recall.
Yes.
Perfect. Do you know why you need to go back to the Is It?
There's a function I am supposed to perform. I have a designation.
To what end?
For experiments and crafts.
kind of want to see what it is.
Well, we're talking about my academy here, so I don't want to just send in a...
A walking time bomb. I guess. I mean, look at him.
What?
You look great, kid. No, nothing.
Should I put on a coat?
Sure. Do you like coats? Yeah, I got an extra.
Friends wear coats.
We're actually about
Yes.
the same size.
I noticed this.
That makes it so much funnier that he was wearing the hat and my coat. That was like,
Dragging behind.
Because we got an orc's gigantic cloak on.
just dragging the whole time.
Very discreet.
Your hat just like covers his whole head, like sits down here.
Just
Is he a very thick boy?
He is kind of rather wide. He's on the
Okay,
wider
so at
side.
least maybe the hat stayed on top, but it was very low. Or eye level for you.
Disguise him even more.
Ah, yeah, he's just like
And he's with two other people his size, so
like a fat kid wearing a coat.
all three of you guys could stack on top of each other. That's worse.
In a trench coat.
3 shorties in a trench coat.
If one of you stands on his shoulders, you're roughly my height.
Dibs.
That's adorable.
I'm gonna shrug off my cloak and like hold it out to put it around his arms.
He just kind of, or more like stone grinding. Puts one in, puts another. Friends wear coats, but I don't give you a silver.
Yeah, you don't have to, buddy.
Picks up quick. Or they pick it.
It looks good in it.
Thank you. Are we going to do the long waiting like Roscoe had mentioned?
Yes.
Yeah. We're talking to someone tomorrow that might give us some ideas on where to take you to get you to the Izzet, to get you the help that you need. So, of course, it would be a lot easier if we knew more about where exactly you needed to go and why, but we're going to talk to somebody about it tomorrow instead.
I have a compulsion. I do not know the name of said designated area, but I know where to go.
Yeah. We're going to talk to someone tomorrow.
Okay,
And then we'll probably take you there.
probably is not a definitive.
Nope.
You will end up there.
Eventually.
But your is it?
I am.
You said you will take me there.
I did.
And we will. But we want to make sure it's safe because you're our friend.
We don't want you to end up in the police's hands again.
Eleanor, give me a persuasion check.
The construct is like,
Stroking
Insight
it.
check.
Yeah.
Or the eyes just go ding, 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 ding.
one eye just narrow.
Probes a little bit.
Persuasion?
Yeah.
By the way, while she's rolling that, I would have, before going to sleep, asked where the Abdrai is. So I have that information.
No.
From JJ?
We'll talk about that in a little bit.
Okay.
No.
What was persuasion?
And that one.
Natural 1.
But it's a 7.
It seems like unimportant.
He kind of looks at you, and then kind of looks back at Salvo, and then looks at you.
Right? We're friends?
We're friends, right?
We are friends.
I've seen that when you friends want to go somewhere, you go. I want to go to the Izzet, and we don't.
We also want to go to the warehouse, but we can't because it's not safe. We will wait until we have a plan to make sure that it's safe.
Oh,
You've already been kidnapped once.
kidnapping is not safe.
It is not safe. It is not fun. Were you having fun in that room with the men in black and white armor?
No,
No, we don't want that to happen to you again.
Did they give you drinks?
no.
Did they give you coats?
They gave me hits.
We don't hit. Friends don't hit.
Oh. Okay.
Bad friends, those guys.
Not friends.
Not friends. Bad people, though, guys. I was trying to.
If we wait until we are safe, I would like to go disable for a little while.
That's a wise decision.
He just kind of like
Zerus
grates
is
a little
disabling
bit,
himself for a little while.
kind of grates,
We're all gonna do that.
turning his body over a little bit, walks over to like a corner in the kitchen and just sits down, and then his eyes actually do like shrink and then disappear.
Like a CRT monitor shutting off.
He's like crackling a little bit.
A little bit static. Rock static.
Like warm.
So Stack powers down in a corner. What are you guys doing?
I'm still on the roof, drinking, keeping an eye out.
I guess I will go to sleep too, and then y'all switch off. And
Yeah,
then
I'm
next
gonna-
day we all go to me tomorrow. And then she might have input on whether or not you should go investigate the warehouse.
Sounds good. Probably not the smartest idea for me to go just by myself.
No, yeah, we'll make a plan.
Yeah.
Make a plan.
Do have a mask.
At least we have maybe an
And-
authority who might help us, who might be good.
Yeah, you already. Yeah, we'll make a plan.
She seemed to have connections with Malachi, so that's good. She,
Who, Amara?
yeah,
Yeah.
So-
yeah. I think she'll recognize Stack.
yeah, she's a friend of JJ. Heavy emphasis on the air quotes.
Apparently they drank and were quiet together.
She's the Surgeon General and the social program head, so that's maybe
Quiet.
how. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everything I've heard has either been neutral or good about her.
Yeah.
Good.
Whereas everyone else has either been trying to murder us or melted his shoulder.
Or
I
insulting.
mean, she's either good or really, really, really bad.
No, she's good people. She's good people.
Can I incite JJ?
Sure, yeah.
Are you telling the truth or are you in love?
Love drunk.
You're gonna ask both.
That's a 12.
What does Salvo see with a 12,
What does that?
JJ?
You
over
see that he is genuine in his words, and the memories of them together brings up other following bad memories, I guess. So that's why whenever he brings
gotcha.
up the name,
Seems to get like a haunted look in his eye.
yeah,
Yeah.
Gotcha. That makes sense. Like maybe a former lover type scenario.
He thinks, or she thinks to herself.
Does
Yeah.
she inquire further?
She does not. She likes the straight shooter and believes that he generally tells the truth or just omits facts. He doesn't seem to lie.
Yeah.
Has been my general. The kobold seems to get creative with storytelling.
She thinks to herself.
The drunk doesn't remember, and the strange wizard doesn't remember for a different reason.
And the rock doesn't remember for a different
I'm
reason.
surrounded with people.
You don't know a thing. Okay. Are you guys all taking a rest?
Yeah, until Roscoe wakes me up to take my shift.
Okay,
Keep a lookout.
Roscoe, give me a perception check.
I love being a halfling.
So many ones.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh, it happens!
What happened? What happened? What
that
happened?
one.
2 ones in a row.
Oh.
Wow, so early.
Being a halfling.
I do, because I get a lot of ones, and it just was too many.
Roscoe,
One too many.
No,
a
two ones
would-be
many.
fiddler on the roof gets to the top, kind of unhatching a slightly stuck window and crawling up to the roof, resting gently back on the shingles with your head in your hands.
If he was a rich.
Half a second later, you're waking up to Thalner.
Roscoe!
What?
Smack!
Oh, they're here.
Dude! How long have you been asleep up here?
How long have you been asleep?
It's
down?
about 4 a.m. now.
How long have you been
come and get
asleep down there?
Like a full night's sleep, like 6 hours.
Oh, you slept too long.
You slept too long.
You do.
All right, we're walking the perimeter. Get up.
All right. Oh.
Kind of grab him by his
That's amazing.
You wear like robes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Grab him, yank him up to his feet.
I'm good. I'm that.
Clout.
I'm good. Where?
Get down off the roof.
Shit, was that we're on a roof?
I gotta walk him up to the edge in this process of him stumbling right up to the edge. Get down off the roof.
It's really far. Okay, I got this. I go down the. I climb down the roof.
Okay. Give me an acrobatics check.
Yeah.
I can't roll any more ones, right? That's all of them?
Right?
That's how that works.
Couldn't see you, right?
Exactly how that works.
That's a 7. It really looks like a 1.
The one is facing you.
Athletics, that's a 9.
Acrobatic.
Acrobatics, dude, that's way better.
Okay, you
13.
You hop down. You said 13?
Yeah.
Okay, you hop down your feet, kind of cresting on the windowsill that you had gotten up from before. Your feet slip a little bit, but you grab a firm hold with your elbow and one arm onto the window and like dangle her for a bit. Place your foot onto one of the eaves of the edge and just kind of using the rest of the sill, shimmy yourself over where you find a natural rock face that you can just clasp with either hands and feet on either sides and like slowly rappel down. Thunder. Perimeter check. Give me an acrobatics to get down off this roof.
She takes the stairs.
The ladder.
The Darth Vader stairs.
17.
17. Okay, yeah, and not too long after you basically hop down to the one sill, hop over to that same thing that he had grappled, rappelling down, and just dragged your tough rubber boot into the side of it and slung down to the ground.
Shoes.
Your scales even.
My claws.
Yes, your tough, leathery, calloused feet just scraping on the edge of the stone as you slide down to the bottom.
Sounds like stack.
Oh, man, my mouth tastes awful.
Sucks.
Oh
All
no,
right.
this is breakfast drink. That's breakfast drink. It's only half strength.
Breakfast drink.
All right, so we're gonna kind of
Kill them
walk
straight.
around the block and look around and see if there's anything that is concerning.
Okay, you guys give me perception checks.
I'm gonna pick a different guy.
16.
He's not been kind.
16. It is dark outside, so it is a little bit harder for you to see right now, Roscoe.
13.
13, because you are accustomed to seeing the dark, you guys have about a same of assessment as you form a perimeter around this outside. In fact, the outside itself is not very large. It's maybe 10 foot wide in front of the garden side of JJ's clinic. You kind of walk out, take a look up and down. There's a lot of frost coming out of your breaths as you breeze out, as the cold mountainous spring air is starting to chill. And you kind of walk around the block once, and as you're walking back up to the clinic, you don't actually see anyone or anything save for a couple of stray cats and birds chirping in some of the trees.
You got lucky.
Yeah, I almost fell, man. That was real lucky. Oh, yeah.
All right, I guess go back to sleep. I'll keep watch.
Just woke up. I feel great.
To be clear, you didn't get a full night's rest yet.
It was like
I
3.5
knew it
hours.
I do love how his argument was like, it's hard for me to go to sleep anyway.
It was beautiful. They're relaxing. You know, you see the city.
Aquaverse air.
That Aquaverse air.
Aquaverse Nation.
Title of the episode?
So I go in, right? I go back to sleep.
Okay, you can go back to sleep. Thouner, give me a perception check for the last end of your watch.
I like the Aquaverse air.
Pow, 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 pow.
7.
Is that a natural one?
It takes a while, and you're just sitting there thinking. You're thinking about your situation with Steep in the Cups. You're thinking about Tyro and Cynthia. Thinking about all these crazy, convening, intertwining situations are happening that's not formulating a full picture for yourself. And the next you wake up, the suns are now crested over the horizon as you have also fell asleep. Zerus, what were you about to say?
During that time, my goal was to wake up super early. My live activity being walking.
Like 6 o'clock?
5, 8, yeah, like 5.
5 or 6. Okay. Cool. So, you get out of the room downstairs in the front of the clinic and kind of walk out the front door and start walking around. There's a crisp morning freshness to the air.
Okay.
You get a little bit away from the clinic and you see Fowler kind of up top on the roof, like head cocked to the side a little bit.
Interesting place to choose to sleep, I think to myself, not having been present for the watch discussion. Think nothing of it and continue on my way.
Okay. Where are you headed? Headed to the Grand Spire?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Question. On the way out, were you trying to be sneaky or are you just getting up?
I was trying to not wake anyone up, yes.
Give me a stealth check for that.
Okay. Ooh, that's good. That will be a 19. I'm sorry, 18.
Okay. Nobody hears you on the way out.
Okay.
Okay. So you start heading over to the Abjurai, and all you know is that it's at a place called the Grand Spire, and it's located on the far northeastern mount, near the toppest peak of Drakehaven. And as you walk there, there's a lot of fruit and vegetable vendors scurrying carts along for the early morning markets. A couple of kids with pails of fish inside of them. And as you reach farther and farther north, you get to a point where there's no longer different parts of the city obstructing your view of the actual top of the mountain. And as you essentially cross over one of the hills, like stepping into a hustling and bustling mid-morning market, you see what appears to be made of a light turquoise and purplish crystal, 3 arching branches coming off of the dead center of it, and in between the 3, as they spiral around each other, there are crystalline cross beams that connect to other parts of it. The structure itself is probably about 200 feet in length, jettisoning out of the top of the mountain at a slight angle. And all around it, you see different smaller horned spires protrude off of it, kind of intermingling with different parts of architecture in the city. Looking at this very large establishment and then seeing a pure beam of some prismatic light emanating from the top of it, shooting off into the sky and then forming like this geometric paling, you assume that this is the Grand Spire of the Magists.
Pure awe. I'm just like, wow. Like, this is a big deal for me. Like, this looks like very intricate and inspiring. Probably the feeling that I'm getting. Is there what looks like maybe a front door?
You continue walking.
Yeah,
you continue walking. It takes you many paces to eventually get up close to it, and you start to see like formations of those same types of crystalline shards mixing with dirt in the ground, and then eventually growing small rocks, and then bigger rocks that jut out of it. Not a lot of people in this area. It seems to be a lot more of like residential homes around it. But as you climb a set of stairs, it'll wind around another curve and then climb back in the other direction. And eventually it does lead you to what you presume is a front door, or so it would seem. As you walk up, it's this very large chitinous shell metallic material that is just placed at the very base of it. It's probably about 40 foot tall and 20 foot wide. And it has 2 eaves that are slightly teardrop shaped at the bottom, just clasped together. And as it just kind of reflects the mid-sun's morning light, you don't see anyone outside of it.
Does this... So I walk up to the door.
Okay. As you walk up to the door, you're starting to hear something strange. There's a faint humming coming from the air for a moment, and you look up, and as the humming gets louder, it's that beam of light that is jettisoning the paling up into the air. As you get up to the door, before like you can even hesitate to knock, the two chitinous eaves just pop open a little bit, and you walk into, or you see into, dampened with some upholstery and wallpapers of a deeper earthy tone, is a very smart-looking office-like area. There are a few people around, most of them either wearing robes or some sort of laboratory or alchemical equipment. All of them pretty much look over and see you as you step up.
I kind of just, the closest person who is looking in my direction, I'm like, hello, I'm looking for Paula Sorelli.
Some people continue to look at you.
Paula Sorelli?
You see the person that there's a small kind of like shoehorn desk, a little bit centralized in the area with some doors behind them and curving archway hallways on the either side. They kind of wave their hand at you. And who are you? Come forward.
Yes, my name is Zerus, and I was requested here by Paula Sorelli. She wanted to meet with me.
Okay. And as you approach like this slight oaken material of a desk, but there's like a strange sheen to it as if it's been polished far too much. You approach and there's a small, squat, like kind of pinched in face looking halfling woman. She goes, Paula Sorelli, then do you have an appointment with the Abderai Prime, or is this some sort of matter you would like to have addressed at the council?
She requested me directly. I have this letter, the matter of which is private, but it is signed by her.
She looks it over and kind of sees the seal that's pressed into it. Reaches over in her stool and just kind of presses a button that lights up and...
The intercom.
Abderai Prime, we have a certain Zerus. Ah, yes. Bring him forth at once. I'd like to speak with him, please. Oh, well, Mr. Zerus, if you don't mind, so... This is rather odd. Nice to meet you. There is an elevator essentially to my left here. The door will open as you approach it, and it'll take you up to the abjurative floor.
Is there a nameplate for this person that they have at their desk by chance?
Yeah, it's Abby.
Abby. Thank you, Abby.
Abby the Abderai.
Thank you, Abby. And
You're quite welcome. Well, have a good day then. And she kind of just gets back to some matters at her desk.
You as well.
You walk over to the elevator. It opens up. It's similar to those same eaves of the door, and as you walk into it, they close shut behind you in almost like a scissor-like fashion, and instantly you can feel like this small round slate of rock, and it starts taking you up this crystalline tunnel. And as you are going up, you're seeing these three gigantic spiral horns that are crossing around each other and forming as if like a triple helix going up. And as it ascends, you think it'll never stop, and you get essentially to the top. And right out in front of you, you see a very bright, misshapen and malformed crystal just slowly rotating in the air, humming with energy that is being shot through to the sky.
This is all a lot for Zerus right now. I'm just like... just everything, like every step, like... But still going forward with that sense of blind confidence that is seen in Zerus. And admiration for all things. So I continue forward towards this crystal, feeling like that is the correct way to go.
Well, the crystal is actually out of the window behind this, quote, elevator.
Oh, gotcha.
As you turn around and you look in the direction... of whence the door had opened, you see small-ish in size. It's conical in a way that it has been shaped with the top of the spire-like area, but there's a very large window on the other side that kind of outlooks over the city. The strange part about it is, though it looks like a window where you can see through it, there is no actual connecting functional parts to it. It's as if the crystal within the side of the spire has just been made translucent and transparent in some areas. And as you walk in, you see a very smart-looking woman, very dark chocolate skin, bright silver eyes. Bright gold eyes. She wears folded robes that have kind of flares about the arms and the legs. She sits at a desk kind of knowingly for a second, scribbling down on some notes, and then sees you walk in, and her eyes kind of get big and what seems to be surprise for a moment, but as you walk forward, there's like a twinge of admiration in it. And as you approach, she says, "Oh yes, Zerus, is that right?"
Yes, you must be Paula.
Indeed, I am the Abjurai Prime of the fold within the magistrate that deals with protection of the city. I assume that by you being here, Amara did indeed get you my letter.
Yes. Now I want to assure you that I don't know how I got here. I don't mean any harm. As I kind of like, you get really like defensive. Like, I'm sorry.
Look, listen. To be quite frank, most of that letter has to be somewhat of a show. There's a lot of sensitive issues moving around the mechanics of the city, and if anyone were to intercept a letter of the nature of which I had sent you, I would like to portray a certain face. The main truth of this letter is that we know of your presence, and we do want to know where you have come from, because we don't allow teleportation magic to enter our city.
I'd like to know this as well, very much. So if we could find that out together, I would very much appreciate your assistance.
What do you mean you would like to know?
It seems as though my memories have been taken from me. Not all of them, but anything that really tells me of my past. I mean, from what I can recall, I believe I was a powerful wizard, but that's why I've taken an interest in magic recently, but I'm not sure. I'm just finding my way.
It's possible that some sort of enchantment has been placed upon you, but I really think that this could be a mutually beneficial meeting. If you don't mind, I would like to offer you, in a way, a temporary membership of the Abjurai.
My eyes light up.
Don't get too excited just yet.
Oh.
Part of this is, I need to have a political reason as to why you are amongst us. The council is already very aware of your presence, and has instructed me to essentially assess you and figure out exactly your nature and your tendencies here. I have a pretty keen eye, and I don't sense anything malicious or abnormal coming from you. However, the amnesic effect is something very serious, and the fact that you are able to make it past our protection magic, that's not only a larger problem, but something we of the Abjurai must assess so that we can fix said problem.
I definitely understand that and welcome any testing, for I am curious as well.
So, temporarily, you have access to the spire.
Awesome.
In the meantime, I have a little bit, it's not as pressing of a matter, but why isn't Jack with you?
Oh, I didn't know you wanted Jack with me.
Okay, curious.
What does Jack Jack doesn't have anything to do with this.
Give me an insight check.
That's a 1. That one.
Natural one.
It's been a one day, man.
You don't want to do it.
Certainly not. I've heard of him through Amara and assumed that he might have come with you on an endeavor like this. But I want you to let him know that if, for any reason, the two of you find yourselves in trouble, that you may stay here. If anything, I can just say that we're making sure that we're keeping a close eye on you.
Sure, it definitely seems like you're capable of doing that, and so I'm not allowed to object, it seems, so...
Not necessarily myself, but...
How much do you see?
I do not dabble much with divination magic. So, we've known of your presence here, but it's not necessarily me that has been keeping tabs on you.
Well, if you'd like to assess me, I mean, I'm ready to handle any testing you might throw my way. I want to learn.
She kind of looks you up and down and like smiles a little bit and says, I like that. Quick and to the point. So, let's do that. We'll start at the study and then work our way up to the Abjurai lounge area, just so you can get a little bit of a feeling of who we are around here. Just to be a little bit more transparent, this temporary relationship, your temporary access to the Spire, it ends if you try to leave the city.
Sure, I have no reason to. From what I read, it seems like it's safe here, and I wouldn't want to leave at any given moment. I don't have any reason to. I'd like to find out what's going on with me as much as you do.
Certainly. So, with that, Zerus, follow me. She stands up, kind of moves around her desk. You can tell that, like, these robes themselves are not for show. There are, like, some flowy parts to them, but for the most part, they're well trimmed so that she has full, like, mobility. She gets up, kind of puts her arms behind her back, and her legs, not her legs, her hair's just kind of laced around with some gold twisted spirals. And as she passes by you and kind of, like, looks you in the eye and says, well, shall we?
Yes.
Okay. You follow her, and as you step onto the platform, we'll cut back over to everyone else over at JJ's.
Good night's sleep.
I've been active for a few hours now.
Oh, good morning, Dak.
Good morning.
How was your shutdown period?
It was quiet.
Installed a few updates.
All right, we'll go wake up.
Roscoe's just passed out on the couch.
Okay. And where's Talner?
You said I woke up as the suns were coming up, right? Yeah. So
you woke up before them and probably would have made your way inside by now.
Kind of... I actually stayed on the roof, and decided to plank on my loot until I heard signs of life down below. Heard people getting up and around. Felt bad about falling asleep, so I decided to stay there for the rest of the watch period.
Give me a performance check.
Okay.
Okay.
Eight.
Eight.
I'm tuning my loot because I smacked it on something earlier.
You're tuning it and deciding that the humidity of the mid-morning air is doing a little bit of a rough number on your strings, so you
Doing?
So you cover up with a bit of treated boiled leather and put it back on your back.
Okay.
Joining up with the others inside. Roscoe, are you still being quiet? It is morning.
Morning.
Was that? I meant to sleep then.
Yeah, you're good.
You're good.
You're good.
With that being said, We can deal with it out of stream, but you guys have leveled up since this long rest and waking moment.
Yep.
We're not going to be rolling dice for your health. It'll just we'll just use the standard fixed health accrual.
Good, because it's a 1 day for me.
I have not seen Zerus inside.
I haven't seen him since I woke up. either.
Where's Zerus?
I went into the room that he was sleeping in, and he wasn't there.
Where's
Probably-
Zerus?
He probably went to go check out that letter of his.
I did, just to reiterate, when I was going to bed, I said that I wanted to wake up early and head there, and that I would meet with you guys at Heaven's Garden.
You guys are remembering that now.
Oh. I remember now. He was going to go deal with his letter and then meet us at Heaven's Garden. That's the case.
All
We're
right.
going
Well,
to Heaven's Garden, and then the is it.
And then the is it is the plan.
important stuff first. I'll work on breakfast.
Thank you. There's stuff in the fridge. Not much, but it should be enough.
Oh no, I got my own breakfast.
Oh, you're just making breakfast for yourself.
The old.
Oh, you want some breakfast?
Why not?
Friends can drink at any time.
No, I
No silver required.
I got my own.
I'll help you make actual breakfast.
Oh,
Or
I appreciate it.
I'll make
Oh,
breakfast.
I eat more than one breakfast. That's just a start.
Shut up.
That's just liquid breakfast. What about solid breakfast?
Oh, good.
I'll work on breakfast.
Okay. The two of you give me survival checks.
And tea.
Combined.
And tea. Everybody gets.
Roscoe and Thowner give me survival checks. How good is your breakfast? That's a cock dice. That's a cock dice.
I'll take it. DM rules. Okay,
There you go.
Okay.
it's an 18 for
18.
breakfast.
9.
You don't find much tea in the shelves and the cabinets of
Shameful.
JJ's place.
Sorry.
Which is odd to you because you've met him a couple times before. He's come to Steep in the Cups and he does enjoy a cup of tea. But
Probably because he doesn't
usually-
have any at home.
But usually he'll get his flask filled with coffee and then go home. So you do find some bay leaves. And you don't think that it would make a great tea, but you could try.
Oh no.
I would like to not. I will roll if I need to. I would like to not make tea
You
or
don't
baby.
know. You decide against it.
With my 18, I'm gonna add some bay leaves to our breakfast.
Yeah, but as Thowner takes those bay leaves out and like just looks at it and sniffs and like shakes his head silently, you kind of grab a couple and start throwing them into your breakfast.
Turns out I'm pretty proficient in breakfast. I love my breakfast.
You guys get a very. The strange part for you, JJ, is that he seems to have somehow made a meal larger than the food that you thought you had in your cabinet. There's like pieces of sausage that are like sliced up in there.
Is there any coffee, I guess, instead?
I think there would be an old can of coffee in there, right, JJ?
Yeah, there's coffee. It's not very good though, but maybe you can make a decent cup. I like it.
Red metal can that says Forgers.
Thowner, you can have inspiration.
That is quality right there.
Pretty solid.
Best part of waking up.
Is arcane in your cup?
Fortress.
Alright, I'm gonna try and make some Forgers coffee.
Okay, roll me a
You don't
Forger's
want
coffee check, please.
You don't want me to keep the 8?
No, you can reroll this. You were trying to make tea the first time.
Yeah. It's an 8.
You open up the coffee and you can tell that there's like a little bit of mildew on the cap of it.
Oh no!
Not Forgers.
Also travels for the coffee.
It
And
is.
then JJ, you like kind of see this as like Founder like is looking at it, and you remember that you don't really make coffee at home. You just fill up your flask and steep in the cups.
I didn't even think Forgers went bad.
Well, the coffee didn't go bad. Stuff just grew.
It's a thriving ecosystem. And I close it and put it back in the cabinet. Alright, we're drinking water for breakfast.
Water for breakfast.
Speak for yourself.
You want to share?
Yeah, I
Alright.
do.
I'll share.
It's about 9 a.m. now. An hour or so has passed since Zerus has been gone. For brevity's sake, in the future, I'll be narrating what will happen with you at the Grand Spire. But for you guys, if you were to stay at JJ's the entire time and Zerus were to come back, Zerus doesn't come back until like 5 p.m. He's gone for a long time.
He said he was going to meet us at
noon.
Yeah.
Yeah, the garden. I guess I don't know what will happen.
Yeah, but essentially what I'm saying is, and again, also up to character autonomy if you just bust out and like leave the place. But for expediency, and so you know how this timing is kind of setting up, the Abjurai Prime has essentially been requesting you to be there and is going to be showing you around for a long time.
Gotcha.
And she's also assessing your magical capabilities, which does take time.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Now, as far as you guys are aware, you're supposed to meet me there at noon.
Yes, you guys think that you will see Zerus at noon at this spot. But as of right now, it is just 9 a.m.
T-minus 3 hours.
All right.
Do we want to try taking Stack?
Where?
You guys seem
Is
like
it? Or are we going to wait?
he had something. I mean, we're not gonna leave him alone.
Bless.
You kind of thought that it might help his memory or something like that.
I think he has a program that's putting up a block until he returns to the Izzet and he's going to spill his guts,
Right.
metaphorically.
Do we want to try and do that before we have this meeting?
I would like to go to the Izzet.
I know, buddy.
You know. Was there anything else we need to do today?
Well, okay, what would be the downside if we take him to the Izzet?
Worst case, he's a bomb.
Dude, he's a bunch of rocks, man.
Yeah, I kind of want Amara to meet him first and give us a...
Could be pop rocks.
Well, if we got extra time, I'd at least to get some sort of peeps on this warehouse.
Is this the warehouse where you have to go?
Yeah.
Okay.
And kind of like before, we need to go look at it before we can make sure it's safe. We'll look at it and then come back and think of a good way to
I feel
go
like
there.
that guy is gonna know more about the warehouse. So we should probably either take him with us or...
What do you know about the jobs in the warehouse district that are...
Man, I know they
Hiring
were
right now.
hiring all sorts of people. There was more than one place that was hiring. There's flyers everywhere. I think there's like a worker shortage. They're desperate, but I don't know if it was this one or that one. There's no picture of a spiral mask on the flyer.
Well, I mean, he said to 11 or 12 or something like that.
Yeah, maybe we could just go down and we've got time to collect some flyers and figure out who's
Yeah.
hiring and what they're looking for. We may be able to narrow down exactly
Got
where their
experience.
operation is.
Yeah, working on transports and stuff like that. They don't got to know it was illicit. So yeah, I say we take a look at the warehouse district.
Are we all going?
I don't know if we should bring Stack to the place with the potentially bad people.
Yeah, Stack, this place is filled with the people who I think might be affiliated with the people who abducted you.
But you are going.
But they didn't abduct me.
Oh. Okay.
But like, can't leave.
I'm not stealthy.
We can go to it later after the meeting.
Do you want to hang out with Stack?
We don't have to do whatever that is right now. It's not like
I don't know that we need to be stealthy.
Could be pretty intellectually stimulating.
I think we just need to go apply for jobs.
Stack, would you stay here?
Nah, man, we can't leave him alone.
I will stay here if you need to go there. But I would like to go to the Izzet.
And we'll take you there
And
after
if
the
you-
meeting.
If you take us there, or you take me there after the meeting, but first you go to other place, do you come back here to get me?
Yes.
Okay, I will stay.
I mean, I'd rather not leave the clinic if I don't have to. I've been gone enough already as is.
All right, JJ, old man. Maybe you stay here with Stack.
That's fine. He can stay upstairs, play with books or whatever
Do
he
you
does.
want to stay here and not investigate the warehouse?
I got a business to run.
Fair enough.
People rely on me, I guess, for lack of a better word.
Say that works.
We will.
They're
stay
gonna know.
here.
They're gonna know him anyways. He's like a local guy. If he goes looking for warehouse jobs, it's gonna raise suspicion.
So, 12 o'clock?
12 o'clock. Can you bring
Yeah.
Stack to
Yeah.
the Heaven's Garden?
Yeah.
Do you know where Heaven's Garden is?
Yeah. I go there all the time.
All right. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
You don't? Oh, I mean,
I haven't been in town.
it's fair.
Okay,
nice.
Stack, will you stay here with JJ and he'll bring you to the meeting and then we'll go to the Is It?
I will stay here and play with books.
All right, man. Just JJ's a good friend. You gotta listen to him. He's got your best interests.
He's the best at the quiet game.
Yeah, he's good at lots of stuff. So just do what he says.
Okay.
Roscoe's the unofficial father of Stack.
They gave him the first drink.
The drunk
Love that
dad.
rock.
All right, you stay with this strange man that I just met.
I gotta go.
You're gonna be fine. I got something to do.
Rocco said he was going to get a pack of beers and would be back soon.
Oh no.
Coming back. Is there any chance?
You can have inspiration for that.
Oh,
Kidding.
no, I
Back the
haven't. I
imitation.
haven't. You
It could be
can't take
good.
it back from me. I haven't now.
Oh no.
Stack has to make a roll and rolls a 1.
I guess Stack has an inspiration.
No, I am all.
Is there any chance that Steeping the Cups is on the way to Warehouse District?
It is unfortunately the warehouse district would be extremely due east of here, and then Steeping the Cups would be about northwest.
Man, you need tea that bad? I think you got a drinking problem.
Yesterday, my father was arrested.
Was it because of tea?
Murder.
Oh.
Your father was arrested for murder.
Suspected. They're wrong. Obviously. It's a power move. But I'd like to know if he's okay.
Broken one guy out, I could probably get him.
I don't think that would be a good life after.
It's an option. At least you got it.
All right, warehouse.
What is arrested?
Like
Kinda
you
like-
when they tied you up.
At the big place with people.
Yeah, that was the one.
Oh,
Arrested's bad.
okay.
We don't want to be arrested. We don't want you to get arrested again, so. You stay here with JJ, be quiet and safe, and make friends.
The people in the black and silver armor arrest people.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Bad guys.
Oh. I suddenly remember why I know Grandmaster Malachi.
Why?
What?
He was arrested.
I knew it.
The
By
people in the silver and black armor took him to a place with tunnels.
That is
Man, is that
Very
like
good.
a dungeon?
okay.
He was
so,
arrested.
Change of plans.
Okay, postpone the warehouse.
Files restored.
I love tunnels.
They were arrested the same time as you.
It was appropriately the same time, about 23 or 24 hours ago.
Were they in the same building as you?
It was the same building.
Ale got that son of a.
I don't think he knew.
He's got secret dungeon tunnels?
They have tunnels there where they arrest people.
Stack.
Keep going, Stack. Yeah.
at Aelgoth's place?
No, I don't remember quite. Its place, there was many people with silver armor there.
Oh.
If the silvered armor people arrest people, I don't remember much. I remember about 23 or 24 hours ago. But why would I remember Malachi? But then I thought, that is familiar. And then I thought, arrested is the same thing as these people bringing us places.
Good job, man. I appreciate it.
They were asking
Putting
about
together
Malachi. So maybe, I think he's arrested at least.
Yeah, we gotta tip someone.
Yo, JJ, do you know where these headquarters are, man? It sounds like he's probably at the, like, office. Police officers.
Like the barracks or like the
You would know it.
jail?
It's called the Bastille Caverns. It's essentially the headquarters of the Justice of the Peace.
Yeah.
Their headquarters is in a cave.
It's a sweet
Defensible.
spot for a headquarters.
And I assume there's tunnels there.
You would know there are big tunnels there.
That makes sense. Cave, cavern, tunnels.
All right.
Well,
You guys are no longer going to the warehouse.
I'm down to just wait till 12 at the place. Cause
Yeah, we'll just go there and sit.
like, now, you like fishing? There's a pretty good fishing spot over there. I don't know.
Man, I gotta say, I'm pretty good at fishing. I've had a lot of time.
Yeah.
can't believe I'm saying this. I'm okay with fishing till noon.
Yeah, let's go.
We aren't going to the warehouse.
No.
I'm not staying here with Jack.
No, we're gonna go.
We got it.
I'm gonna show you how to fish.
Did I do something wrong?
No,
No.
man, you
You
did
did something
great.
right.
Remember when we were asking you to help us so we could help you? This helps us
Oh,
so we can help you.
interesting. Okay.
We have a plan now. We can keep you safe and we can get you to the Izzet. We just need to talk to her first to make sure that you don't get arrested when we take you back to the Izzet.
I see. And the people with the armor arrest people.
Yes.
Okay.
And they're looking for you.
And maybe Grandmaster Malachi.
They might have Grand Mason Malachi.
Is it Grandmaster or Grand
Mason.
Mason? Mason?
Grand Mason Malachi.
I think I wrote Grandmaster and like. Oh.
It's been Mason Meister.
I've heard
Master.
several different names.
I think I've just been kind of
Grand
Grand
Fam.
Miss.
They fulfill the same.
He's grand.
He's the top dog.
I feel like
Top dog Malik.
once we go there, or maybe before when we go to the Izzet, I'll remember more.
I feel like you might.
I suddenly remember everything.
No.
Decided to teach you how to fish.
Okay, so
you
are
bring a
you guys
baseball?
packing up to go to the gardens and just fish intermediate to the meeting?
Yeah.
Teacher.
Unless something else.
Okay.
I got
Fishing unless something else happens.
It only takes you about 20-25 minutes to get there through the mid-morning traffic. Roughly about almost 10 o'clock in the morning by the time you pass up through a cross intersection where many different streams of the river actually convene. There's actually 4 that kind of connect, but only one major one going up to the top of the mountain with the melted snow fueling the majority of this water. And as you get towards the Heaven's Garden, it is a beautiful stone-paved walking outdoor area. You can see the city all below you as it is near the highest point. In fact, you can see the Grand Spire Citadel not too far off from you in the west, and the College of the Izzet probably about 2 miles as the crow flies. But the whole entire pathways of the garden are lined with pristine cut hedges, stone and metallic alike statues of different people as memorials or as commemorials for their contributions to society. And right in the middle of the entire area that's being slightly bisected by 2 legs of the river is a very large fountain. There is a statue of a cat kind of pawing at the water at the lip of this fountain, and several rings of stone rise up, forming plumes of water spreading out over the sides, giving rainbow-like hues shining through the sun's rays. Jack and Salvo and Thalner, you would know this as the Drakehaven Wishing Fountain. There's a legend that upon flinging a silver or two in and making a wish, then it would come true.
Man,
Zerus was here to absorb that knowledge.
This fountain is awesome.
There is a statue of an animal.
Yeah.
Do you know what animal it is?
I do not.
What animal is it?
It's a cat.
It's a cat.
Yeah.
What is it?
What sound does a cat make?
It's a cat, Stack.
Okay. And he sits next to it and just kind of looks at it.
Do you know what a cat says?
What does the cat say?
It says, it's kind of your job.
The cat goes. I've never had a good time with cats.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'd stay away from cats, man.
Oh, and he kind of slides over.
Oh,
away
this
from
one's
the
not
statue.
real. It's all right.
It's not real.
Here, throw a coin into the fountain there. Snake. Make a wish.
What is a wish?
Something you really want, which I already know what you're probably gonna say.
How do I make something that I really want? Wouldn't I have to do it?
It's just for fun, Stack. I mean, don't take it too seriously and get disappointed, man.
Okay. So,
think about something that you want. You toss it in, and it might happen.
This is so sweet.
okay. Kind of like, or stone grinding. I know I keep making robot sounds. Like stone grinding, like closes it around his hand and just... I did it.
Good job. Now, you don't gotta tell us your wish. It's secret.
Okay.
I kind of want to know.
You know what it was.
I also toss in a
is it?
coin. Make a
Okay.
wish.
Write down your
Too
wish.
easy.
And make sure to remove the coin from your inventory, not to be a stickler.
Can it be any denomination of coin?
Cheap wish over here.
1 silver. I'll make a wish.
Yeah, I do every time I come here, but I don't know what to wish for, so I just sit and stare. Here.
Hear what?
An image of me pops into your head.
You said you want to wish?
Oh, I have silver. Thank you.
Alright.
But I appreciate you offering. Do you want to make a wish?
Let me live. I just want to live vicariously. I don't know what to wish for.
Then an image of Zerus pops in your head.
You just wish for something that you really want.
You know, thank you, Seth.
Okay, I'm gonna toss in my coin.
Okay.
The coin sound.
Okay. Write down a wish.
All these silver coins in my gleaming gold one just sitting among them.
Probably a lot of people put in like copper.
There's a lot of copper. There's every once in a while I see pieces of gold flaked in there, but it's mostly just copper and a little bit of silver. So as you guys fling coins into this and kind of describe to Stack this whole aspect, we'll cut back over to Zerus. At first it was menial, cordial. You got a simple, like, physical, if you will. They were just checking to make sure that you're in good condition, good health.
Pretty weak, but
A small halfling man is like actually doing some of your blood work, talking to you a little bit, just being like, "Oh yeah, new recruit, hey, that's pretty awesome."
thank you.
Yeah. Welcome to see you around. But hey, just be happy. You know, this is probably one of the best spots in the cities.
Well, I definitely am.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
That's good. All right. Kind of like slaps you on the shoulder. We'll move this blood work along.
You have to jump to do that.
Yes.
She does. Hi-ya. But moving forward, you kind of get a brief tour of the Grand Spire itself. You can tell that there is a designate area for every school of magic. This is actually what Amara's been instructing, or not Amara, sorry, Paula's been instructing you on. There are a variety of schools of magic, and every fold of the Magus Order specializes in one. She even goes so far as to say that Abjurai are specifically experts on protection magic. And earlier when you were talking about having people see what you were doing, she describes that as being divination magic as you pass through that area. She ends up going through all the schools, and eventually she takes you to this door that is of a similar material of which you've been seeing, like this dark metallic shine of a material. But this one's actually shaped in a very elegant way with knockers about midway through and molding on the side of it that kind of shape rectangles. And as she opens it up, you can tell that through the translucent sides of the crystals and the towers that you were seeing through into the triple helix, as this door opens, there actually shouldn't be a room on the other side of there. And when you step through, you see a beautiful and majestic library. Hundreds and hundreds of square feet of space just stockpiled with books and scrolls and different size chairs and reading nooks and pillows hidden in windows and eaves in the sides of it, which interestingly enough, as you move around, looking out the window, it gives you a sense of vertigo because you can see around you as if it's amplified or magnified, but moving faster than it should be on the edge of your periphery. She eventually takes you over and gets you a registered wizardry library card with your name on it.
Find out which school I want to check out.
You're wanting to find a school to check out?
No, I'm assuming that's with intent.
Yeah, the library card with intent is how you would. She describes to you. This is how you would actually.
The sorting hat area of like find out what you like.
No, dear. The library card itself is just a way for you to be able to check out books themselves, and we have a system of accountability for you to return them.
Oh,
yes.
Well, there's been a wonderful tour. I mean, I don't have a word strong enough to describe how impressed I am by this facility. But it's all interests me. It's each different school is just so interesting.
There is a lot to learn. That's to be certain. But now that I'm kind of giving you the tour, I want to expedite to the point where we have an assessment of your abilities, if you don't mind.
Of course.
Okay. And just so you know, some processes might be a little bit uncomfortable or painful. There might be even mental probings of inner workings of your mind, as you say that you've had amnesic-like qualities later.
I'm ready.
Okay. Come on. She takes you off, and eventually going through a series of corridors and a couple more platforms off into another room. Not too different from her own, but of lighter colors, and the translucency of the window of the crystal is a little bit darker, giving a more calmer mood or state of mind within the room itself. And as you walk in, there's a dwarven man, just long, blonde, braided beard, leaned back on a chair with his legs up on a table, kind of eating a sandwich a little bit, and sees you two walk and goes, oh, and then puts the sandwich up. I'm my Prime Paula. Nice to see you. And this must be the young one that we're testing today. Yes.
Yes, I'm Zerus. Nice to meet you.
Zerus, nice to meet you. Hamel.
Nice to meet you, Hamel.
Yes. Well,
I didn't mean to interrupt your lunch.
No. It's quite all right. It's quite all right. I'll finish it later. Don't worry about it. I got a couple of bites in. My stomach doesn't hurt as much. But come and sit down on this table right over here. We're gonna start with some more simple divination magics and potentially even go a little further. But as he kind of sits you down, Paula moves to the other side of the room, also finding a chair of her own, just folding her hands in a steeple, and her golden eyes just kind of locked on you. Every once in a while, she'll look out the window and then look back at you. Go ahead and give me a history check with disadvantage.
Disadvantage. All right. Okay, let's see what. It's going to be an 11.
Okay. As most of the preliminary readings have concluded, at this point he's walked up to you and asked you to lean back in a chair. And as his hand kind of like waves over to the top of yours, it starts glowing like a slight bluish purple. And you can feel your thoughts echoing in your head. What?
Where am I? Who am I? How am I?
And as this happens, he says, now, I'm going to need to delve a little bit deeper, but you're definitely going to feel uncomfortable from this.
I brace myself and say, I'm ready.
All right. And your field of vision kind of goes black a little bit. For a moment, you seem to be floating in some sort of empty space. And as that returns, as your periphery starts to return, at first it's sound. There is a massive, crashing, shattering sound. Waves of colors wash past you. Wash past you again, multicolored, reds, blues, purples, greens, black again. Eerily so. Small ringing occurs. It begins louder and louder and louder and louder still until you see a wash. A gray wash in front of your eyes that kind of seems like fog. You're not physically moving, you're not even physically there. There's no way for you to see yourself, but you know that your presence is there. And you also sense another presence. As you begin meshing and floating through this fog, you see a dim shape. I say see. It's more of a twin shadow deep within the gray, but moreover, you feel it. And as you get closer, you see yourself staring right back at you. Except with a very gloom, haunted and sallow look in his eye. Instead of the purple eyes that you're used to seeing in the mirror, it's deep pink. You look gray even in the skin, old and sickly. Your hair had fallen out a little bit, and you hold a gnarled staff in your hand. And it says, "No. You cannot be here. You cannot have these answers yet." Slams his staff onto seemingly nothing, but then you hear another shattering crystalline crack erupt. And as that happens, you suddenly come to laying back, and you see that Hamel has fallen to the ground, sweating and gasping, and is staring at you wide-eyed in fear. Paula resting, kneeling right next to him, just kind of patting him on the shoulder and looking at you.
Coming to, I'm just like, what? Is Hamel okay? Are you okay, Hamel?
I'll be fine. I'm getting back to my sandwich. Paula, if I've done you enough a favor, I'd like to continue my relaxation. She just
sorry.
Kind of sternly nods at him and helps him get up a second. And as she rises, she looks back at you and she says, "Don't worry. It's fine. We're just needing to crack the surface a little bit more, it seems."
I saw so the way you described this vision, it looked like me, but with differences: older, hair falling out, dark pink eyes, all stuff. I saw a twisted vision of myself It was very confusing. Were you able to see it?
At this point, as you say that, like, Paula very, very sternly, like, furrows her eyebrows and looks at Hamill's reaction, and he just kind of, like, his eyes get wide a little bit, and then, like, look down and look over at Paula, and he says, I believe I'll leave it to my report. But yes, I had some similar visions. And if you don't mind, yes, you're entirely correct, Hamill. Zerus, come with me.
Okay. Definitely a sense of anxiety over Zerus right now.
Mhm.
That shows.
She just kind of like loops her arm around yours and is slowly walking, knowing that you're not exactly like in the right headspace to be walking with an intent. And as you guys step outside, she turns and looks at you and says, I have a few more questions for you myself, but I believe I have a few answers of my own, or at least hypotheses. I know that you're asking for questions, and though my hypotheses may be correct, I would be bereft to actually discuss them with you. I want you to know that this is in confidence. I have matters of my own to discover, and there are very sensitive topics occurring within the city lately. But in the meantime, I want to show you I want to give you a show of faith. How about we go back to the library and I teach you a few spells?
Kind of swallowing that strange feeling from whatever the heck that vision just was. And hearing that, being very interested, but still having that on my mind, I'm definitely like, that would be nice. That would be nice. I would like that.
She nods and smiles and says, and then maybe after a little bit of studying, we'll get something to eat.
That sounds great. I do have prior arrangement, though. Around midday, I'm supposed to meet with Jack and some of my other acquaintances.
Ah, yes. Amara had informed me of this.
Oh.
I think it would be okay if you were not there with them. And to
I might wonder where I am. Is there any magic to let them know?
Of course. I'll send them a message post haste. What would you like for me to tell them?
That I'm okay and I will be able to meet with them later? Will I be able to?
Of course, yes.
Am I allowed to leave?
Absolutely. I would like to, as I said, I would like to give you a show of faith and teach you some magic and, get a little bit more of an understanding of your natural capacity for magic. But yes, as soon as we assess that, you may leave.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Jack, you get a message in your head.
Boom, like that.
As happens.
Quite literally, like this is simultaneous. It's about 11:30 now. You guys have been in the gardens, kind of goofing off, showing stacked things like fishing and whatnot. And you get a message.
Hello?
It's one entire message at first, and it says, "Jack Jacobs, this is Paula. I believe you know who I am. Zerus is here with me, and he will stay for a little bit longer while I assess his capabilities. He won't be gone long." And the message ends.
Does she let him know that I'm okay?
It was kind of vague.
You wouldn't believe her anyway.
Well, I definitely think that she did.
And you can respond to this, but you have 25 words or less.
Thanks.
Who are you saying thanks?
Don't worry about it. Zerus is gonna be late.
Guys.
Late because like
Is
he
he
got
okay?
captured or
No, he's fine. He's a little caught up at the.
just the little thing. How do you know?
Someone just told me in here.
Straight in your mind. All right, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's a spell or something like that.
He broke
Sure.
the quiet game and said thanks.
Oh, he loses then, Stack. You
Yeah,
win
he
again.
You lose the quiet game.
Dang.
You rarely lose.
2-time champion. Lost the title.
Well, I hope he is actually okay.
I mean,
So,
Did you? Really? Is this a gut feeling, or did you?
someone just told me.
Okay.
Using some
Then
kind
last
of
we
spell.
know, he was going to these dudes that had been following him around, and now he's not coming back.
There's that messenger spell or whatever that the.
Okay. Well,
Do you not know of that spell?
I do not. I mean, yeah, there's like magic and stuff. I get that.
I am no wizard.
But no, have I had anyone speak straight into my mind?
All right. Well,
Well, okay. I mean,
The magic I'm more familiar with goes boom or zap.
to be fair, I have had someone speak straight into my mind. So, but not like.
well, do you see that big shiny rock right up there with all the magic fucking coming out of it? Yeah, that's where he's at.
Checks out.
They got a lot of cool stuff in there.
Yeah, I do have a lot of magic. If anyone could send a message to your mind, it would be them.
The only one.
It's not just them. It's like
All right,
the
all right.
actual
I
man.
mean, I'm not.
do they like to play with books like Zerus does?
Oh, they love books. They.
Cool.
I'm not gonna go there. But yeah.
With that, we're going to go ahead and end episode 2 of Scales of Fate. Not going to hold as long of an episode as we did last time. I feel like that's a good stopping point. It is about 15 till noon, the time of your meeting.
Real quick, how many fish did me and Stat catch?
Roll me a survival check.
Is this even the place to fish? I kind of interjected that in there.
Nat 20.
So,
Nat 20 for fish.
No more fish. No more fish.
so the funny thing is, Stack rolled a natural 1. So you just perfectly kind of roll up your sleeves and get to a shallower part of the river that's passing through the garden and just
Actually-
cha-cha-cha, grab it out of the water. And Stack tries to do that, and the weight of the force of the movement just pushes him forward, and he plops into the river and just slowly, very slowly, the weight of it dragging the silt at the bottom of it, just pulling him gently through the river. And then he kind of pushes himself up on his legs and he says, "Fishing is hard."
It is, man. It is. And I go to help him out of the water.
I just like to picture that he's
on the way.
he's got a squared stance, but he's just kind of gliding through the river. He's
Gliding.
It's kind of making a split of the water where he's standing.
Well, at least I got lunch.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
Great.
So yeah, I hope you guys had fun. I hope you viewers enjoyed watching. Real quick before we end, I want to make a very quick shout out. Super duper 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 thanks to our man, the myth, the legend, the man behind the curtain, Taylor.
Thank you,
for
Taylor.
all of his efforts and his talent and his skill of making sure that we stay on air. Yeah. And fixing those problems as they occurred.
yeah.
Yeah, and really just being there while we do this. Thank you so much, man.
There's this odd echo in the room.
Thanks,
we were
Taylor.
just like,
yeah, thanks, Taylor.
what do we do?
That'll be fixed in post. No
Fix
one will
it.
ever know.
Fix that.
Till they
Fix
hear
the.
this part.
All right.
Cut this.
So, with that, you guys have leveled up, have talked a little bit of mystery. We are now ending session. Thank you guys once again for watching, and we will see you next Monday, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Like and subscribe, smash that bell.
Yeah.
Share to your friends.
Share to your friends. Yeah.